Hello, and welcome back to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Today, it is, as you can tell from the absolutely blistering cold behind me, it is continuing the expedition of one Monterey Jack to the Antarctic, and today, to the city of the Elder Things. Now, if you're a fan of Doomed, well, first of all, if you're watching this on the VOD, please check down below. I've got a timestamp to where we are starting the party, as it were, at the time at which we're going to be starting the scenario. If you're a fan of Doomed, you'll know that Doomed has actually been to the Antarctic before, in the about a decade from now. Jenny and Dexter will venture there to fight Nazis and do other awful things. We've got a ton of folks here in the chat. Welcome. We've got Methodial making some cheese puns, which I demanded last stream, so thank you. It is, of course, only apropos that one Monterey Jack gets a good intro. Flower is here talking about mountain climbing, horror stomping, tactical teleporting action, and Tekalili, everyone, which is a good time as well. And Kung Fu Fenris is here. Oh, and of course Aragorn is here, talking about this kid. These kids these days naming themselves after cheeses. I knew an Edam once. That's actually a name of a person. Hi everyone and welcome. Really happy to have you here. I don't think I have much more to say other than the fact that I'm excited to get into another scenario today. My speakers seem to be busted, so I can't hear the music. Neither can you, as it turns out, weirdly enough, because it's currently between tracks. There we go. But if you do find it to be too low or too loud or whatever, just let me know and I can adjust. No problem. Aragorn played a goth character in a Grand Theft Auto RP named Cranberry Wensleydale. Kung Fu Fenris, it's only late January. What a year. I do know what you mean, though. What else do I have to say? Yeah, we've got tons of cool stuff over the weekend. We just had a great Drew Crew. We've got Doomed right now. Tomorrow is Punchy Book Club, issue 1 of the comic Mercy, which I'm not familiar with. And then at 5 o'clock, it's Alice is Missing on RPG Clinic. All good. And we've got the Crosshair here. Hello, the Crosshair. Welcome to Doomed. You're just in time. As always, I'm going to do a little sum up. We're going to remind ourselves where the heck we started, or where the heck we're coming from, and we're going to find out together where the heck we're going. I believe there's probably going to be some, like, Hey, Super Dylan! Thank you so much. Hello to the Raiders. I also have that emote. The question is, can I find it in time? It's too late. I lost already. I already lost. Super Dylan, thank you. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I saw you were playing a solo RPG. And I should have raided over to you last night. Didn't know you were going to be streaming right after me. But everybody, folks, please... Damn, Aragorn. Sorry, I do that all the time, if that's what you meant to do. And yeah, if you're not already following Super Dylan, do go follow Super Dylan. Great RPG content, and great other streams as well. When's the Dragon Age coming back? This is my question. All right. Enough out of me. As always, let me know about the volume levels and so on and so forth. Kim Possible lip looks for days. Oh my god, you're right. Okay. Yes, here we are today at the City of the Elder Things. As a quick sum up, last time on Doomed, Monterey Jack led his expedition up the mountains. On the way, a bunch of crazy shit happened. Basically, Dr. Amy Kensler, the head of the expedition, was absolutely torn apart by a monster. Monterey Jack had finally translated a book about ley lines, so he was able to teleport everybody up and down the mountain at will. It was awesome, Flower. Yeah, exactly. Super Dylan possible. I would be the best rock guitarist of all time. Oh, hello, Ellie Spot. Crosshair, I have taken note of the predictions. Those are some good predictions. And we'll see where we're at. Ellie Spot, hello. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. just catching people up here. So Monterey managed to get the expedition up the hill. They lost Dr. Amy Kensler. Tragique. In the... sorry everyone. Just going to adjust this briefly. In the time spent before heading to the City of the Elder Things, he retrieved Dr. Amy Kensler's log. He spoke to Avery Claypool, who helped him reduce the effects of weather. And they also saw the now crazed Professor William Dyer, who's over here somewhere. Yeah, darn Skippy Flower. I don't want to say too much, but let me just say I've spent 10 of my 11 XP, which is now, it just says 1 because there's 1 left. That's a lot of XP to have spent. So we'll see what we end up doing. I think he probably found a few things along the way. We'll see. The City of the Elder Things. Okay, I think we're just going to dive right in here. Yes, of course we can, Crosshair. So here are our currently deceased important NPCs. Takata Hiroko, the airplane mechanic, and Dr. Amy Kensler, the professor of biology. May they rest in peace. Over here are our crew members. We've got Alaya, the dog handler. Cookie, the dubious choice. He's got a gun. Rold, the explorer. Avery, the guide. And then on the other side of the coin, we've got the physician, Dr. Mala Sinha. The professor of geology, Professor William Dyer. And Danforth, the brilliant student. So, what more need I say? I think that's where we're at. Let's just get into it. I think I want to know where we're going to get to today. Yeah. Scenario 3, City of the Elder Things. As you read the scenario introduction, check the campaign log and make sure that you're doing the things that are true. Even with the knowledge afforded to you by Dyer's report, you find yourself wholly unprepared for the terrible vastness of the blasphemous city at the heart of Antarctica and its alien inscrutability. Massive towers, temples, bridges, and pyramids dot the broad landscape. In the ineluctable light of dawn, the nameless maze of cyclopean structures and angular blocks extends for miles in every direction, unmistakably real and yet impossible to believe. It truly is a wonder of the world. I love that, like, just this idea, and I think a lot of people are really excited by the idea of, you know, stumbling upon something that couldn't possibly exist, and yet it does, right? You know, 100 years ago, there were reports of people being like, I went into the Congo jungle and I saw a Brachiosaurus. Like, no, you didn't. But, you know, but there are creatures that were thought to be extinct that are not extinct. There's a few. Yeah, Kung Fu Fenris, it was in a book I read many, many years ago, but someone was like, I went into the jungles of Africa and I found this thing. And you're like, And then he was like, I don't have any proof and I didn't have a camera. And you're like, okay. Whatever you say, man. The book was trying to frame it as like, but who knows? What percentage of the globe has been mapped by satellite? You know, or whatever. Okay. If Dr. Mala Sinha is alive, remember, stay covered at all times. Where we are headed, the wind can flash freeze your skin almost instantly. And stay hydrated, Dr. Sinha reminds you. The air here is drier than you think. The remainder of the party nods in understanding. None of you have come this far just to catch hypothermia, but it's almost as likely as death by anything else in this damnable place. We suffer no ill effects. Oh, we lost Kung Fu Fenris. He's gone wild. As you descend the peaks surrounding the city, trespassing furtively over its walls, the slopes give way to gradual, shallower foothills peppered with structures of black primordial stone, towers or outposts perhaps linking the natural outer walls of the city to its outskirts. We should search one of those watchtowers, one of the team members suggests, pointing to the closest structure. You nod in agreement. Dyer's report had observed a wealth of information carved into the walls of several structures within the city after all. Perhaps you'll, I don't know, stumble upon a map or a diagram of the city to aid in your exploration. I don't believe we scouted the city. We scouted the mountain pass, but we didn't scout the city outskirts, so we suffer no ill effects. Kung Fu Fenris, I support that. Good for you. I do understand what you mean. A big change like that can definitely throw one's sanity into check. I understand completely. All right. If Professor William Dyer is alive, be careful, the professor warns. You're keen to heed his wisdom, earned as it is through hard experience. The glyphs inscribed here depict much about the history of this place. It's ancient. Far more ancient than anything our species has built. What's your point? Someone chimes in. Some sass pants in the back. What's your point, old man? Do you know the phrase, the walls have ears and the doors have eyes? We have no idea what could be hiding within these walls, what dwells under the ice and stone. Be on alert, and do not let any voices but our own rattle in your skull. Do you understand? You nod in agreement, gulping down a wave of nausea. You cannot help but take the meaning of Dyer's idiom literally. We suffer no ill effects. Lovely. The open entrance to the obsidian structure greets you like the maw of a ferocious predator. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, your curiosity gives way to a deep, profound dread. The structure's sharp, angular main hall is the site of an absolute massacre. Uh-oh. Mangled elder thing corpses litter the floor. Piles of leathery gray flesh and sticky, misshapen organs coated in thick, dark green fluid. You reel at the awful stench of death. These dead are not ancient. Uh-huh? This slaughter must have been recent. Uh-huh? What could have done this? Done this? One of your party breaks the immense silence. Murals on the walls draw your attention, depicting what you have come to know as the race of the Elder Things, embroiled in battle with some ancient, terrifying foe. No, not one. Many. Your party dares not dwell in the slaughterhouse long. Covering your noses to block the awful stench, you take your leave. If James Cookie Fredericks is alive, and dynamite is listed under supplies recovered. I don't think so. No. Well, shite. Otherwise, unfortunately, as you attempt to leave the structure, you find the passage blocked by ice and rubble. It takes much longer than you expected to find another way out, and when you finally escape, you've already been exposed to the elements for some time. Add a frost token to the bag. Well, there's 3 in the bag now, as it says. As a reminder, frost tokens are a -1, draw another token. If you draw 2 or more frost tokens during a test, it's an automatic fail. Which is funny, because the game should only have 1 of those, but there you go. The trail of sickly green blood leads out and dribbles down a smooth path sculpted as if by an acidic substance out of the mountainside. In the opposite direction, the mountain ridge continues along the perimeter of the city. In the distance, you can just make out a darkened, half-buried section of the city. The layout of its structure is completely unfamiliar to you, even after going through Dyer's notes extensively. Finally, in the heart of the city, a great pyramid and many prominent temples lie scattered, rising to amazing heights despite the weathering of many eons. The expedition team casts votes on which direction they wish to go. Compare the following 3 columns to see which column has the most team members still alive. So that's fun. Unfortunately, I can't put it to a vote with you, the stream, which is too bad. But let's have a look here. Group 1 is missing a Dr. Amy Kensler. Group 2 is missing a Takata Hiroko. Group 3, Professor Dyer, Avery Claypool, and Cookie Fredericks. That's a pretty good team of people, I think. So let's jump down to, if the right column, if Group 3 has the most team members still alive, the group votes to follow the trail left behind by oh god. The group votes to follow the trail left behind by whatever creatures massacred the Elder Things. Each partner from this group chosen to accompany an investigator enters play with 1 additional use. Ben la. Ben, 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 bon, ben. Cookie, Claypool, and Dyer. Dyer heals horror. Cookie is a fight. And Avery gets rid of frost tokens. Now, I will say, I mean, Jack really enjoyed the guide. I wonder if he wants to stick with Cookie and his gun. Cookie's gun says, spend an ammo, exhaust James Cookie Fredericks. Fight with a base skill of 5. If you succeed and the attacked enemy is non-elite, it cannot attack for the remainder of the round. So I guess if Jack can't evade it, then this would at least put a damage on it and prevent it from fighting. So it's a thing. It's not bad. We'll think about this a bit more. Okay, setup 3. Investigator setup. We may choose one available member. Oh God, Crosshair, no. Okay, so we can take a person. Oh, Flower. Let's have a look, shall we? Jack has 5 agility, 4 intellect, 2 combat, and 1 willpower. You'd think like, 2, 3. I think 3 is sort of like the base stat in Arkham Horror, the card game, and you often need to pass 3 checks. I think that's sort of like an averagely. It's like the median difficulty. Yeah, there you go. So no, not particularly. But he's good at getting away from things. Maybe I'll take Cookie. Is that wild? Avery's so good. When you reveal a frost token, exhaust him and spend a supply to cancel it. Each investigator, okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that, Crosshair. All right. Cookie, the gunman. Avery, the guide. Or Professor Dyer, the seer. I mean, all of these kind of make sense. I'm putting it to a vote. This is !, vote, and then space 0, 1, and 2. I'm putting it to a vote because I'm actually not really sure, like, if there's, like, a good option or not. Not a good option, but... I do agree with Aragwen, by the way. I honestly... Aragwen, I didn't really react because I was in the middle of Overwatch last night, but, like, you were talking about having been listening to Doomed to, like, like as like a audiobook to like carry you off to sleep or whatever, and then you were like, yeah, it sure affected my dreams. I hope not in a bad way. I know Arkham Horror can be pretty, body horror and grotesque, but I don't remember Carcosa being that bad. Sometimes bad, crazy shit happens. So there's that. Anyway, I hope it was okay. I also hope you're doing better. That's something I probably should have led with. He looks like a guy that travels in your bus. Crosshair, why do you have, like, a Savannah Explorer where you live on the bus? Wild. Well, this poll's no help at all. Gosh darn it. Well, geez, now what? I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. In the meantime, I guess I'll just run to scenario 3. Scenario setup V3. Ooh, Kung Fu Fenris changing his opinion. Gather all the things. Set aside. Use only. Shuffle the 16 landscape cities and put them into play along with the hidden tunnel according to the map. Oh no. Okay. Oh, Audio Gunner, hello, hi, welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you. Yeah, exactly, Flower. I like that. All right, well, this is incorrect. What it's about to say is incorrect. We're taking Professor William Dyer, baby. That is the man, the myth, the legend, the professor himself. So he has 3 secrets. I'm sorry, what was that? +1, 4 secrets. Spend a secret, exhaust him, heal 2 horror. That's good, right? We lack a bit of horror, so. Dyer is alive in a sense in the future. Well, yeah. Was he wearing the skin of another? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Setup V3. Right. So this mod, of course, is a lovely, lovely, lovely thing, and it specifically has a group 3 setup for us. Whoa. Okay. And I'm gonna do this. Group 3. Whoa! What the shit is going on? Whoa! Look at this. Crosshair, you remember things like this, huh? Okay. Let's see what it says. So, Shuffle the 16 city landscape locations, put them into play, along with the tunnel, according to the map. They did. Locations in this scenario are connected to each adjacent location. They're going to tell me about that. I think it's left, right, up, down. Yeah, that's usual. Gather 2 copies of each of the following tokens. Skull, Cultist, Tablet, Elder Thing, 0, -1, -2, -3. Fine. Randomly place one of these 16 tokens on each city landscape location. These are keys. Okay. Shuffle each Tekalili weakness, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at keys. The setup of this scenario instructs the players to place a random chaos token on each of the city landscape locations as keys. They're never placed in the chaos bags. They're not chaos tokens. Fine. They represent keys, which investigators can recover. Keys can be acquired in one of 2 ways. If a location with a key has no clues, you can take control of a key with a free triggered ability. Fine. Or as a free triggered ability, sorry. Some card effects may allow investigators to take control of keys in other ways. When you take control of a key, you put it on your investigator card. If you're eliminated, they go on their location. As an action, you can give your keys to another person. Unfortunately, Jack does not have that option. So that's fun. Oh! So there's different versions of the game where the maps are laid out differently. But ours is this one. Just making sure. Yeah. Not looking at anything else. Okay. Well, we started in the top left, it said, which is, of course, about as far away as you can get from this, the hidden tunnel, which that's the only non-city landscape location. Now, it would appear to me that if things are connected adjacent, so that's left, right, up, down. Ain't no good prodding around in the shadows. Some, though, they got those shadows in them. Only time will tell if they're intoxicated or burn through his true fires in the night. Where's that damn whiskey? Reading, hello and welcome. Whoop! You gone! Pow! Dead and gone. Sorry, Crosshair, I got there first. Just happened to see it. Reading, hi, and thank you so much. Welcome. We're just about to embark on a City of the Elder... well, I happen to have the button, my finger on the trigger, as it were. Crosshair. I don't really know what to expect here. We do have some of the fastest banhammers in the West here, and that's generally not me, but, you know. Okay. Oh, thanks, Crosshair. That would be really cool. If you need me to copy-paste the text at all or anything, let me know. You've been watching people playing Backrooms for the first time. Oh, God, reading, that sounds... What the heck is Backrooms, and why is it scary? Oh, God. Is it like one of those... Is it like liminal space kind of game thing? Because I love that shit. Oh, P.S. Crosshair, you'll be happy. I have decided that it's going to be Dead Space time soon on the channel. I do want to play a bit more Game Deck, because I love Game Deck. But I think it's going to be Dead Space time soon. I'm gonna make a huge mistake and try Dead Space on stream. It's going to be great. I haven't played any of them. And the remaster's out, right, of the first one? Okay. So, Monterey Jack is here exploring the city landscape. We don't really know what we need. I don't think we're going to need these. I'll move those. Let's have a look at the agenda and the act. Agenda 1A, Lurking Horrors. Nondescript mazes with nightmarish monsters. Level transition is based on tests with no instructions. Oh, God, reading, that sounds awful. I mean, I love it, and now I obviously need to play it. Son of a gun. Oh, no. Hang on, where's my phone? I'm writing down Backrooms. Damn it. It sounds just up my fucking alley. Shit. All right. I'm making a note. Agenda 1A, Lurking Horrors. The hidden alien city looms before you, ancient and enigmatic. What secrets and terrors lie in wait within? Free trigger. Okay, during your turn, spend a clue. Look at the revealed side of a city landscape in your column or row once per round. Okay, so one clue gets you a peek. Free trigger, during your turn, spend 3 clues. Move to any location in your column or row. That's good. So 3 clues gets me a move, which is great for Jack. So, like, let's say I was here, I could zip over to here. Ellie Spot. I think I don't think the nerdy filmmaker. I don't think Coolian and I were still doing Scream streams when you joined the community. But we used to do Monday night, Tuesday night. I think it was Tuesday night. Horror games together, which was great. Really, really fun. And we had a blast exploring different kinds, you know, for better or for worse. But playing co-op, that kind of spooky thing, is really a good time. And so, who knows, Ellie Spot, who knows? That's, okay, cool. If you liked it, then that's all I need to know. Okay, 1 clue, I can look at something. 3 clues, I can move. Anywhere in my column or row. Okay. Act 1A. This is the discovery of a lifetime. Dyer's report was true. All of it. You must explore this alien civilization in order to learn more. Classic humanity, by the way. Oh, look, an alien civilization. Let's go and poke and prod at it. Oh, hi, Cthulhu. Welcome to Doomed. Did you miss something important in the intro? We added a frost token to the bag because we don't have dynamite. Otherwise, no ill effects. We took Professor Dyer as our partner. He has an extra secret because he was part of the team that won the Battle of Where We're Going, which is version 3. I don't know anything about version 3. I think that's it. I spent 10 XP. That's the other part. Okay, let's see what it says. This is the discovery of a lifetime. Dyer's report was true. All of it. You must explore this alien civilization in order to learn more. Yes, Ellie Spot. That game is quite something. I hope I wasn't too, like, ham-fisted. I know, for me, I get frustrated when I'm playing a game when I'm on the clock or when I believe that I'm on the clock, and it's not clear what I have to do. So I'll ask the chat, and then there's like a 40-second delay before someone responds. It's a good question, Cthulhu. It's a good question. Was I asking you if you wanted Dead Space? I didn't think it was a co-op situation, Crosshair. Am I wrong? I thought it was a single-player situation. Okay, let's see what the version 3 of Sprawling City says. Okay, action. Spend 2 tablet keys. Remember that the term discerned the origins of the Shoggoths. Okay. Spend 2 cultist keys. Discovered a hidden power. Objective. Ah, okay. I understand. Yeah, no, for sure, Crosshair. No, so I bought the remake, the new one, the remaster of, and I assume it's just of the first game. And if I really like it, I'll go on and play the others. Okay, objective. If the team has discerned the origin of the Shoggoths and discovered a hidden power, advance. Okay, so I need 2 tablet keys, and then I have to spend them. And I need 2 cultist keys, and I have to spend them. Let's see where they are, shall we? Oh. 1, 2. Nope, sorry. 1, 2, 3. That's good. And then there's the other cultist. Okay. And then there's some more here. Okay. So we need both cultists and both tablets. That's good, at least. They're right next to each other. That's good news. Am I picking up more keys on the way? Maybe, huh? I wonder what they do. Oh, and that's it. Okay. Well, I think that's about it. I think I'm going to save the game. And then I think we're going to draw our opening hand and get doomed. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. Oh, we have a bunch of resources because 6 Doom, Crosshair. 6 Doom. No, the doomed bit. Sorry. Yes. Yeah, so you can spend a clue to look at the revealed side of a city landscape in your column or row, or spend 3 clues to move to any location in your column or row. Now, Cthulhu, I have to say, I know it's not meant to be easy, but this feels like kind of a bad setup for that. You get a couple moves, potentially, and Flower is correct. If I can yeet some ley lines down, ooh, let's see if Jackie's got his ley lines. Okay, let's draw some opening cards. He's embezzled some treasure. He made it over the mountain. We have Dyer. Let's draw our opening hand and let's get doomed. Kensler's Log. Trusty Bullwhip. These are useful things. These are very useful things. I don't think we need watch this or nimble. I do like a nice cheeky early perception. That's pretty strong. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to need... I mean, nimble's really good. I don't know if I'm going to need to evade anything yet. Yeah. 2 more cards. All right. Oh, yeah. Spare parts, baby. Forewarned and spare parts. So maybe it's a little setup turn. Although Monterey doesn't like to set up. All right, let's have a look. Yet now the sway of reason seems irrefutably shaken, for this cyclopean maze of squared, curved, and angled blocks had features which cut off all comfortable refuge. It was, very clearly, the blasphemous city of the mirage in stark, objective, and ineluctable reality. Ineluctable, I assume, means, like, not fake? Oh, yeah, just try reloading Cthulhu. I'm sorry about that. It's, you know, hard, certainly. Ah, we start at the planetarium. Where's Liz when you need her? Planetarium. 2 shroud, 1 clue. Action. Spend 2 0 keys. Add 1 of the spent 0 keys to the chaos bag. Ooh, for the remainder of the campaign, oh, God, unable to be resisted or avoided. Oh, my God, it's so dark. Record in the campaign log, the team photographed the astronomical charts. Okay, that seems really good, and if I end up getting 0 keys, which are right next to each other, they're right in the middle of the map, but they're right next to each other. If I get them, maybe I can throw myself back and get... Yeah, well, this is the hope, Cthulhu. Okay. All right, buddy-o. Does Kensler's log say... Oh my God, it's fast! Oh my God, it's even fast! Name that animation! I didn't know it was fast. This is so good. I love that you can just, like, whip out a log. You know, you're looking at something, you're like, I bet Kensler had something to say about this. I agree. Oh, Flower, man, you gotta understand. Jack it's just dollar signs in his eyes right now. Okay, first action, we've got our spare parts, right? This is gross, Crosshair. But he's laughing, so he can't be that mad. Spend a supply, exhaust spare parts, add a supply to another asset at your location, or gain a resource. Yoink. Jeez, not all the spare parts. Okay. So, starting by gaining a resource. Hey. Jack stops with Professor Dyer, and they gaze up in wonder at this domed structure. Me neither, actually, Crosshair, now that I think about it. I know there's a lot of jokes here. Oh, my God, we might be a majority in the chat here, team. They gaze up in wonder at this domed structure, which kind of peeks out into the gray sky beyond. And Dyer kind of elbows him in the ribs and points to some of the markings along the walls, and he takes out a small star chart and examines it and then nods like, oh yeah, you know, this is absolutely like, this is their equivalent of an astronomy center, a planetarium, a way of studying the heavenly bodies above. This is wild. It isn't fake, Flower, but I think it's basically... Okay, so clearly nobody in the chat has eaten it. Well, I'm sure there's somebody. You may reveal yourself if you so choose, everybody. How's my music situation doing? Just checking. Oh, plenty. Okay. We're gonna get this clue. We're gonna take this key. Wait, hang on. The keys. Wait. Keys. Skulls minus X. X is the number of keys you control. So you want to pick them up and spend them. So in fact, I think we're just going to get this clue and move. Yeah. A nice, juicy clue. Let's investigate here. I have 4 intellect, and I'm going to commit perception, too, because I'm wild. Well, that's it, Ellie Spot. Like, you know, that's it. Like, you know, as long as something exists in the US, you know, Hollywood producers are like, wait, what do you mean you don't have blank here? You know? Planetarium. No, reading. That's what I was quoting. Sorry, I was just like, name that animation. No, my bad for not having done so. I love it, Crosshair. Hey, everybody, you want to go get some tacos at Pizza Hut? It's my favorite dub trick. Okay, we're getting a clue here. Monterey Jack is going to look at and get this clue, and then maybe we'll throw a ley line here and get back, if we can. Get back. So I have 4 intellect, plus 3 is 7 intellect, and we're going to hopefully draw some cards. 7 to 2, please. Cultist? Cultists are -2. I succeeded by a bunch, so I'm going to draw 2 cards from Perception and get a clue. Awesome. So, I feel like, you know, Jack is trying not to spend too much time here. He's itching to move on. He's itching to actually find a live specimen, treasure, you know, actual things that he can sort of photograph. But, as has been pointed out by Flower, he's able to... closer inspection reveals that perhaps this planetarium is somewhere he should revisit a little later. Once they have a bit more information, perhaps he can use it about the language of the Elder Things. Perhaps he can use it to decipher what they're talking about. And that information could advance science the world over. Ooh, Ariadne's Twine. But I'm going to move. I really want to play this down, and I'm going to at some point. Now, do we move to the skull or to this? No, we move down, because then I can move across. I'm not going to pick up the key. I'll come back if I want the key. Let's have a look at this next city landscape. Stone Bridge. All of these febrile structures seemed knit together by tubular bridges. Tubular, crossing from one to the other at various dizzy heights. Action, move to another Stone Bridge location. Okay, so this is like, as they exit the planetarium, they can, you know, they kind of venture up and up and up, and he finds himself on a bridge which ventures over across the top of the city. Yeah, it did. Oh, well, no, they're -1 per key. -1's not that bad, but like, I think I'm gonna come back for it if I want it, right? Tubular. That's my thought. Because I have to come back if I want to spend the zeros anyway. Unless they do something. No, let's pick it up. Let's say I picked it up when I was there. Because I'm not actually sure what they do. Action, test combat or agility 4. If you succeed, discover a clue from Stone Bridge. If you're not very good with intellect, you know, that's a thing. I'll go and update my... So I've got this little token arranger over here, which you can update what the scores are on the various things, and it kind of arranges them for you. So now I know that, like, more than half the tokens in the bag are -2 or better. Yeah, just get them spent. Get them spent. So our last action was to move. And we're here at the Stone Bridge, looking out over the gorgeous alien city. Strange and cold. Let's go to... no, Flower. That's, I think, the worst part. But it would appear from the planetarium... It would appear from the planetarium that there are going to be places where we're able to spend the keys, as long as you have both of the same kind. So I'm kind of hoping that'll be the idea. I ended my turn 1 location away from where I started, so let's draw a card. Archive. And then I'm going to upkeep into Offer You Cannot Refuse. I actually forgot I had this card, but I'll spend the 5 resources right away. Woo! I did forget about that. Oh my god, that was good that I didn't do it. I know. Oh my god, it's potentially excellent, team. It's potentially excellent. Yeah, seriously. Woof, Crosshair. I mean, you do what you can, right? I mean, it's not always that you... As Jack kind of takes in the city, does that make you a little sad, Flower? If you want, Flower, after the campaign is over, I can show you what the other versions of this card do. Tee. Sounds ridiculous. Okay. Whoa! love that. I love that emote. It's so good. Jack feels himself sapped of his energy looking over the vastness of the city and realizes this is a gargantuan task they've set for themselves. We go to 1 out of 6 doom. And we get which is a hazard. What the fuck is this? Find the giant albino penguin enemy farthest from you. What the heck? Okay, if there are no giant albino penguins in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a giant albino penguin. For fuck's sake. What the hell is going on? Guys, what even... It's because I can't hear the spooky music, so everything is just totally comedic to me. Let's have a look, shall we? A giant albino penguin. It was only a penguin, albeit of a huge unknown species larger than the greatest of the known king penguins, and monstrous in its combined albinism and virtual eyelessness. You're right, Aragwen. So this giant albino penguin is a 2/3/2, not too bad. It says aloof, which means it's at my location, but it's not engaged with me. It's just kind of watching. As an additional cost for you to enter or leave this enemy's location, you have to spend an action. Okay, so as he observes the city below them, I think he gets a strange prickling sensation on the back of his neck, and Jack turns around to see that there are in fact massive penguins just kind of watching. Now, he's pretty sure that they're, carnivorous, but that they eat fish. They probably don't hunt people. Probably. And in this moment, he desperately wishes that he had, the expertise of one biologist, Dr. Amy Kensler. So that's going to slow me down, but hopefully not too much here. God damn it, Cthulhu. Bingling. Okay. Do I want this -1 token? Oh, God. You gotta delete that stat, Ellie Spot. I am absolutely not here for it. And I'm not even on your computer. You know what I mean? Well, I'm obviously on your computer right now, but not in that. I'm not on your... You understand. Okay, let's see. Archive of Conduits has got to go down. Oh my God, it's going to be so good. Ariadne's Twine needs to go down, because that's cool. We'll talk about what that does later. And then we take some spare parts. Parts, he said. I need clues to be able to move out of here. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna have a little setup turn. That's what we're gonna do. No big deal. No big. But they can get aggressive if provoked. Well, hopefully we're not gonna get provoked here. I'm gonna take a resource from spare parts. Monterey, Jack. Keeping a close eye on the... You need a little bit of attention every day. Sometimes I just want to round a corner and be shocked by the teeth of a penguin. It's a good question, Flower. We're going to find out together. Jack drops to his knee and rummages around in his rucksack. He wants to make sure that he has some way of keeping track of everything that's happened here. And he finds in his bag it takes up an arcane slot. Wild. He finds, of course, the gateway to Akron, the archive of conduits, the power of the ley lines here. He starts to consult them because with his vantage point here on the stone bridge, he can really get a sense of the majority of the city. And he can see the energy of the ley lines moving, flowing ever downward towards the hidden tunnel. I'm going to throw a ley line on the planetarium, because that means I can spend an action to move there, which is great. Really, really good. Let's talk about this. So Ariadne's Twine, interestingly enough, there's no flavor text on it, so it's not super clear what the hell is going on. It's a ritual. It says, uses 0 secrets. Secrets on Ariadne's Twine can be spent as if they were on any asset controlled by an investigator at your location. Free trigger, exhaust Ariadne's Twine. Move a secret from an asset you control to your resource pool as a resource, or vice versa. Ariadne's Twine is the connective tissue between your personal resources or your energy and the secrets required to make certain rituals and spells function. Ariadne's Twine, specifically this refers to the myth of the Minotaur, where Ariadne went in looking for her love, some dude whose name I can't remember. Some dude went in looking for Ariadne because she was one of the people taken captive to be sacrificed to the Minotaur. And, oh no, I'm so wrong. Sorry, she gave the twine to the dude who went in to rescue the people. There we go. Everyone's going to be yelling at me in the chat. Go look it up. I'm sure you can all find a better synopsis than the god-awful job I'm doing here. Theseus, of course, defeated the Minotaur. Thank you, Kung Fu Fenris. Ariadne gave Theseus probably some other stuff as well, but twine, which he unraveled leading into the labyrinth so that he could find his way back out. It's a trail of breadcrumbs situation. It's the shining in the hedge maze situation. Do I play Ariadne's Twine? Yes. Do I take so it will allow me to put secrets on things. Things like Professor William Dyer. In fact, actually, maybe I want to take one of those sweet, delicious Dyer secrets as a resource right away. And of course you can put secrets on it and then spend it to anything. No mods. No modes. And then, last action, I guess we should get the clue that's here, huh? At the bottom of Jack's rucksack, underneath the archive, is indeed a ball of string, which, he's kept with him as sort of a relic for many years. As near as he can tell, it's just kind of a really old ball of string. But it's imbued with some of the magic of his travels. At least that's how he feels. There are things in this world that he can't explain. And certainly one of them has to be why he's managed to survive for so long. Exactly, Cthulhu. Hey, Professor Dyer, here, hold this string for me. Oh, you're killing me. All right, let's investigate here. I have 4 intellect against the 3 shroud of this location. Let's just test it. 4 to 3, please. Elder sign. I didn't start further away from this location than my current location, but I will get the clue on the location. How I wish I could, Flower. Oh, no Modis. Go ahead, Crosshair. Hit me with it. It's kind of like the thing with no Modis. Damn it. I've got a D's nuts joke on my stream forever. How I like it. I don't have the ability to sub my agility for my intellect, unfortunately. But, let's see. Oh, okay, wait. No, it's all good, Flower. Sorry, yeah, it's not... I don't keep thinking... I mean, people would be reading it at different paces. I'm just trying to kind of tell the story of it, right? But you can test combat or agility 4 to discover a clue. Ah, okay, but I chose to test with intellect normally 4 to 3 to get the clue instead, which is done. I don't get any special bonuses because I don't have... I haven't... Nailed it. I haven't moved, so I don't get any special abilities, but I'll draw a card to gain a resource. And we go to 2 out of 6 doom. The penguins continue to stare as Jack plans his journey into the unknown. Crypt Chill. This is bad. Test will 4. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control. Well, okay, I'll test it. During the skill test, I'll exhaust spare parts and take a resource from it. A blast of Arctic air, or sorry, rather Antarctic air, I guess, suddenly pops up and almost washes them over the other side of the bridge. Everybody braces themselves and they're able to hang on, but it is only through force of will that they're able to do so. I'm testing 1 to 4 because I don't have a lot of willpower here. Well, it's a big old fail. It is what it is, so I'll lose an asset I control, which will be spare parts. Buy spare parts. Thank you so much. Let me go to the investigation phase. So here's the thing. We're going to leave this location. I can't... I need 3 clues to sort of teleport. So I think I'll just move. The giant albino penguin means that it costs me an extra action. What even is this game? Somebody please tell me. Yay! Good news for Cookie, huh? Jack decides to venture down further into the city. He has his sights set on certain parts, basically this kind of chunk of 2 rows is going to be very important. It's got the zeros for the planetarium. It's got 2 cultists and 2 tablets. All the things we need, baby. Labyrinthine chamber. 3 shroud, 2 clues. Victory 1. Which we like to see. Each time a chaos token is revealed during a skill test at this location, double its modifier if a key matching that chaos token is on this location. Oh, if a key matching this chaos token is on this location or under the control of the investigator at this location. Okay. So the labyrinthine chamber, obviously he's got his, he's got the twine, the string, and I think in that moment Jack is kind of like, huh, Immediately after sort of stepping across the stone bridge, they find themselves back inside the city, and a large chamber narrows to a small hallway, which branches off in what feels like 100 different directions. A maze. How are they going to find their way through? Yeah, let's do it. Fast. I'm going to play Kensler's Log, because it's fast for some reason. Comes into play with 2 secrets. Spend a secret, investigate. Investigate with +2 intellect. If you succeed, you discover an additional clue. I think I'm going to do that. Sounds like a plan. Jack takes out... Oh, yeah, exactly, Crosshair. Yeah. Well, exactly. Looking down from the stone bridge, he's got a sense of what buildings look the most important, large temples, things like that. So if none of these are a large temple, I've obviously been lying. But that's okay. And that's kind of just where he's headed, Yeah, I think he's, like, being called to the unknown. Let's investigate with Kensler's Log here. I think Dr. Amy Kensler has never been here, but she has copious notes of Dyer's, along with her own footnotes about the flora and fauna of the situation. Let's investigate 6 to 3. Whoa! Whoa! So there's an Elder Thing key on this location. So I'm doubling the modifier, which is already -4. If you fail, the nearest enemy moves once towards you. I mean, that's just shit, isn't it? Which sounds a bit like waka waka. As Jack rounds a corner, there is another one of these large penguins standing sentinel, just watching. It's incredibly Cthulhu. I don't really, maybe I'm never gonna get these clues. Who knows? It's the I'm gonna put a secret back on Kensler's Log with Ariadne's twine. It's the silence of the place, so incredibly devoid of life, is what makes the penguins so much more unnerving. They're alive, but they don't move. They're essentially just statues, and they seem to be watching him everywhere he goes. So that's unfortunately a fail. I started 1 location away from where I am currently. Well, Flower, this is the question. We assume fish, but they're inside, so I don't know. I'm going to take a resource from my ability, and then I'm going to upkeep into Buried Secrets. I think this is the first time this has come up, actually. Oh, no, it came up last scenario, briefly. Buried secrets. Put buried secrets into play in your threat area. If your location can be investigated, you cannot move, except by scenario card effects. Action investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, discard buried secrets. If you fail, you may take 2 horror to shuffle it into your deck. So buried secrets means that Jack can't leave this place. The penguins, perhaps Jack is going a little mad, perhaps not, but these hallways built in their complexity, they must lead to something. He's starting to become obsessed with the idea that perhaps there is something here in these chambers that's worth finding. Let's go to 3 out of 6 Doom. My god, this is really bad kind of, it's a really bad place to, like, it's just going very slowly. Dawning of the Truth. Uh-oh. Oh, revelation. Oh, dawning of the truth. Oh my god, what is the truth? What is the truth, man? Test will 2. Increase the difficulty of this test by 1 for each key on your location or under your control. So that's difficulty 4. If you fail, take 2 horror. 3 horror instead if you fail by 3 or more. Like, I really don't want to drop a clue with forewarned. So I think I'm gonna take this. Oh! Dyer! My man! I think you're taking some horror for me, man. Oh no, he can heal. What am I saying? He can heal for me. Yeah, perfect. So the truth may be dawning on Jack as he runs through the endless hallways looped forever, but perhaps Dyer will be able to calm him down. Let's find out. We're testing 1 to 4? Yeah, sure. I take 3 horror. Yuck. Actually, I am going to put 1 on Dyer. I'm going to put 2 on Dyer. The good advice of Dyer never stops, baby. It is as Jack rounds another corner and sees himself back where he started that he realizes perhaps all is not as it seems. Now, I can't leave because of buried secrets. I could try to get rid of buried secrets and then spend 2 actions to leave. I'd rather get the clues. That means making no progress again. Having the clues means I could then teleport over here to the other -3, which feels good, I think, because then I want these. Okie dokie, Cthulhu. I'll try to catch you up when you get back. If you get back, I hope to see you again soon. And of course, there's always the VOD. Talk to you later. All right, let's get these clues. Then I'll get my location, and then I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll heal some horror or something. I don't know. Oh, God. All right. I'm going to investigate with Kensler's log. So this is 6 to 3 for 2 clues. Occultist, -2. Bon bang. Bon bang. Good. So we get our clues. Okay, so that's at least that's the victory point, and it's the free travel. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Okay. Next, we have to get rid of these buried secrets. So I feel like Jack does indeed come across the sort of... and hell, let's pick up the Elder Thing key while we're at it, right? Ooh, no, definitely. Actually, I think so, Flower. I think you're right. Let's have a look at that momentarily. Just want to update my token tracker here, because now they're worth -2. Let's see what it says. This says you cannot move except by scenario card effects. The agenda is a scenario card, and it says spend 3 clues, move to any location in your column or row. So, you know, I still have to spend an action, but I do think it'll be nice to get away from this penguin. So I will spend an action and 3 clues, and I will zip the hell out of here. And we will go to the other -3 and just see what's here. I guess I could peek with a clue, but we might need clues for something. Oh, fuck off. Oh my god, it's the other labyrinthine chamber. Oh. The shortcut that Jack has discovered at the center of the maze leads to what he believes is going to be a separate chamber, perhaps one with treasure. In fact, it leads to what he can tell is definitely the mirrored half of the previous labyrinth that he was in. And, you know, perhaps that is going to be a problem as he continues. Last action, do we get rid of buried secrets? Or do we heal? Yeah, I do like victory points. Let's heal my horror, actually. Spend a secret, exhaust him, heal horror. Professor Dyer steadies Jack as he ventures through and realizes that they are once again trapped. I once dated someone obsessed with penguins. They put it down to identifying with not knowing what to do with their arms, just flapping them around. I mean, honestly, reading, we all have all sorts of tics, right? And, you know, there's a reason it's very popular to be like, what's your animal? Like, what animal do you remind me of? Like, it's very common. I do like the idea of like, oh yeah, I really identify with penguins. Oh, okay. Really? Like, is it, you know, mating for life, the fancy dress, the sort of waddling? No, it's they flap their arms. Let's try, hang on. This says each time a chaos token is revealed, add a skill test. Oh, I gotta get out. I have to get the hell out of here. Okay, I healed. That's what I did. At the end of my turn, I moved, I started 2 or more locations away, so I'm gonna draw a card and gain a resource. The miasmic crystal. I don't currently have any Tekalili weaknesses. That's okay. Let me go back to the mythos phase. Jack is staring down the barrel of a loaded labyrinth here. Takes a deep breath, a pat on the shoulder from Dyer, and it... Exactly, Ellie's fun. Oh, I identify with whales. Oh, why? I have to breathe. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sorry. That's very funny. I don't know why I chose whales. Oh yeah, I identify with monkeys. Yeah, I also don't like it when my fur gets wet. You know what I mean? Like, just, you can say anything at that point. Okay. We upkept. Did we? No. I have to actually press upkeep. Ooh, Pathfinder. That's cool, Flower. Rock on. Okay. We go to 4 out of 6 Doom. We're getting closer to whatever doom is falling down upon us here. But the hope at the very least is that once I get the 0 keys, I'll yeet back to the planetarium. I'll figure that out, and then I'll jump back down here, and then I'll be able to, you know, get where I need to go. Let us draw an encounter card. Jack prepares to venture back into the labyrinth. Oh no, it's dawning of the truth again. Ugh. Well, it's will 2. I have, yeah, I mean, it's just not gonna, oh, I could commit miasmic crystal to be 4 to 4. Sorry, 4 to 5, because it's will 2 increase the difficulty of this test by 1 for each key on your location or under your control. Ah, heck, I'm not gonna play the miasmic crystal today. Yeah, well, I hope not, Crosshair, but you're right. It certainly seems to be a very mirrored effect going on here. A creeping sense of dread moves up Jack's spine as he realizes perhaps he's not meant to leave this place. We're 4 to 5. -1, so I fail by 2. I'm taking 2 horror, and I'll put it both on me. That's okay. Dyer just helped me with that sort of thing. Okay. Now, I want to get the clues. I want to get out of here. And then I want to be able to get out of here, and then I want to get out of here. That's what I want to do. Let's get rid of buried secrets, huh? Let's start there. Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, discard buried secrets. Let's investigate. I have 4 intellect. 4 to 3. Ha! The secrets will remain buried for now. I think as Jack realizes that the labyrinth continues to sort of peel off in dozens of different directions, exploring just this chamber would take him a lifetime. And he maybe does not have a lifetime left. Jack, calm down. There's no ghost penguin. Okay, Doc, cool. Giant ghost penguin. Oh, God, not again. Roger Twy, hi. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I failed, but I can take 2 horror to shuffle it back into my deck. Ugh. Well, I will do that. No, fuck it. I'm putting it on Dyer. Sorry, Dyer. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about you, Dyer. Citizen Sleeper. I don't know what that is, Roger Twy. Can you tell us a bit more about it? Second action, we're going to investigate with Kensler's Log. I'm going to use Ariadne's Twine to put another secret on it, which I'm going to spend immediately. Yeah. I don't want to run out. I don't want to run out. So this is 6 to 3. Yeah, I'm investigating this location 6 to 3. It'd be nice to be another 3 up, but I can't afford it. A frost token and a 0. Okay, good. That's 2 clues. So, despite the fact that Jack video gamified RPG, lots of good writing, kind of sci-fi. Okay. Interesting. So, like, when you say an RPG that's video gamified, I assume you mean, sorry, a tabletop game that's been made into a video game, or a tabletop game that plays like a video game? I'd love to know more. Very cool, though. And wonderful to have you with us. Jack, oh, fuck it. Let's take the other key. We're taking the 3s. I don't know what they do. We're going to find out. As I mentioned before, I think Jack suffers a bit of, gritted teeth and having to bite back his tongue as he realizes what kinds of treasures and archaeological discoveries might be lost here in the chamber, but he's never going to find everything. He has to just find his way out. And he does! Let's move as a last action, shall we? Yeah, we're going to move last action. And I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to read what Roger Twy said. That's what it feels like. Skills, exposed dice rolls, countdown clocks. Cool. Do you think, Roger Twy, with what you know of RPG Clinic, do you feel like it's something we could look into for ourselves? We have plans for, this coming Sunday and the next few Sundays, and then our next kind of campaign. We have plans, but it's always good to know what we're looking for here. Citizen Sleeper, Kung Fu Fenris. I don't know much about it. Farther on, there was a huge roofless rampart, still complete in its giant 5-pointed outline. This is the roofless rampart, which is, of course, this is obviously sort of a fort, the Elder Things fort. Not that it did them much good. It's inspired by. Oh, sorry. So okay, I did misunderstand what you wrote, even though I asked for clarification. That's my bad. Okay, cool. Well, hell, should I play it on stream for myself? 2 shroud, 1 clue. Action: spend 2 -1 keys to remove a doom or choose and discard a non-elite enemy or treachery. Discovered in ancient vaults. Okay, cool. Fine. Who cares? More of a biff job. All right, cool. That sounds good. I'm going to write down that too. I have so many games to play now. Excellent. The streams continue forever. I said forever. Yeah, it's going to be bad, Crosshair. I definitely don't have the -1s either. Okay, so this would be a decent place to throw a ley line, but I'll wait because I can put them on any revealed location. Okay, and that was my turn. I moved once during this turn, so I will take a resource, and I'll embezzled treasure. Classic Jack. Now I have so many resources to put on things. Okay, we go to 5 out of 6 doom. My hope is to collect these zeros and then go spend them at the planetarium to photograph the astronomical charts. Sure, man. Whatever you say. We still need to spend tablet keys and cultist keys. Well, that's the question, Flower. We got to be really careful here, right? Crumbling ruins. Oh, God. As soon as they set foot on the ramparts, Jack, once again, is excited to find sort of a vantage point over the city. But the telltale rumble of earthenware beneath them causes him to shout back at the rest of the expedition and try to hot-foot it off of there as quick as they can. Revelation, test agility 3. During this test, if you reveal a chaos token that matches a key on your location or under the control of an investigator at your location, you automatically fail. Take a damage for each point you fail by. Well, shit, man. So if I reveal an Elder Thing, a -3, or a 0, I fail. But I'm just going to go for it. 5 to 3. Well, that's pretty fucking perfect, isn't it? By the skin of his teeth, Jack sprints back off the part of the rampart that crumbles into the snow below, suffering perhaps a little bruised dignity, but no damage. Okay. What's the plan here, team? Do we need to take a break? I think we need to take a break. Before we get to the next mythos phase, hey, I'm going to bump into the frickin' thing behind me. The frickin' thing being the green screen that's behind me here. I'll leave you with some music. There we go. We're going to take a quick little break as I refill my drink and make sure cats are all doing well. That's exactly correct, Crosshair. We'll see you all right back here in a moment to find out Jack's fate in the City of the Elder Things on Doomed. And we're back on Doomed. Wonderful to have you all back here. Flower, you're not wrong. I appreciate your realism, but also your enthusiasm. It's going to be a thing. I just know it. I just feel it. Okay. We're basically, basically having sort of, what am I trying to say here? We're shooting craps. Ah, Jay Seeker, hello, hi. Wonderful to have you. Welcome to Doomed. I don't believe I've had you on Doomed before, but please correct me if I'm wrong. This is solo playthroughs of Arkham Horror, the card game, with the focus on roleplay and storytelling. I'll catch you up super briefly. Our archaeologist is exploring the Antarctic. He's gone there. Mike, Jay Seeker, please. Mike, it's very funny. He is currently partnered with Professor William Dyer, and they're exploring the City of the Elder Things here in the Antarctic. He's managed to pick up a few keys, a few pieces of information, and he's planning on zipping around and trying to find further details about the city and its history. And our objective is to discern the origin of the Shoggoths and discover a hidden power. I think we can do that. I get the zeros. I go back, I spend the zeros. I have the 3s. I just need to figure out where to put the 3s. Oh, Crosshair, hello, hi, welcome to Doomed. Yeah, well, yeah, just Flower. We just have to hope that he doesn't go insane, right? Get the clue. Pick up the 0. Move. Get the other 0. Teleport back. Boom. This is the plan. We have a plan, and we're gonna stick to it. Okay. Action. Get a clue. I have 4 intellect. Let's go 4 to 2. Well, that is disappointing. That's a -3, so I guess we'll just try that again. I need the clue so I can get the thing. That's -1. Perfect. We get the clue. We get the key. Oh, boy. Oh, seriously, Crosshair. Yeah, I get ya. I get that. Let's get these skulls back up to something a bit more reasonable shortly. Last action will move over to the east. So the rampart is caving in, but Jack is starting to find... What did the zeros do? Photograph the astronomical charts. Okay, well, I guess we're getting information about the stars around here. Ruinous streets. Foreshroud, 1 clue. Ooh, after you reveal one or more... Okay, after you reveal one or more frost tokens during a skill test at Ruinous Streets, take a damage. After you discover the last clue from Ruinous Streets, discover a clue on a connecting location. Well, well, well. This could be very interesting. Cthulhu, hello, welcome back. What you missed is Jack zipped out of the labyrinth. Zipped out of the labyrinth and smacked into another labyrinth. Managed to get both the keys. Managed to get out of there. The buried secrets have gone back in the deck because, you know, it's not looking good. Dyer is also looking pretty dire himself. Damn, Jay Seeker. Really? Oh, very nice. I guess, yeah, they're kept up to date. I can't remember how long the VODs are on Twitch for, but I guess we've only had a few readings, in fact, so that sounds pretty good. Awesome, Jay Seeker. Wonderful. But there you go. Dyer, well, can he? Spend a secret, exhaust him to heal 2 horror from an investigator or another ally asset at your location. Well, I mean, he's destined for danger, right? I might throw an archive of... Okay, perfect, Jay. That's cool. We can do that. I was like... Jay Seeker. Ruinous Streets. After we discover a clue here, we can get a clue from a connecting location. So these streets lead off in many different directions. The question is, what do we want to do with this? We want to get out of here. Yeah, we want to get out of here and then come back and get the clue here so we can pick up a clue from a different location. Do we... I can spend clues to move. More clues! Do I spend the clues to move now? Hang on, what have I done so far? I failed twice to get the clues, so I moved. That's all I did. Yeah, I need the zeros. You're right, and then I can go and turn them in. But I also want to use this reaction ability. This feels good, you know? So you know what? We're gonna get a little funky here. I'm doing it. I'm getting a little funky. I'm gonna spend 3 clues. Ooh, it's getting spicy. I'm gonna spend 3 clues to move down at the end of my turn to the city landscapes, which is another Ruinous Streets. Okay. So, 4 Shroud, 1 clue, and I can, if I discover the clue here, I can pick up the clue from the Ruinous Streets and then have to go and get the 0. But that's interesting. I've got a Pathfinder as well. I can't flower, unfortunately. There's still a clue on this location. You can only pick up the keys if there are no clues. I'm just trying to open up the map a little bit, and then I'm going to try to do a bunch of zip-zapping, zooping around with the Archive of Conduits. Okay. I've got 4 keys. What a fucking nightmare. I started more than two locations away from where I am currently. 2 locations or more. So I'm going to draw a card and gain a resource. And then in upkeep, I'm going to draw a card and gain a resource. Buried Secrets. A classic. So I'll have to do this to get rid of it. But that's probably okay. Probably. Oh, God. Jay, horrible. Oh, I should just hit reset. As Jack finds himself wandering the twisting streets of the City of the Elder Things, that creeping sense of dread returns as he realizes that this, the city is massive and abandoned. There must have been millions of these creatures at some point. How did they avoid being found out by humanity for so long? Where did they all go? Are they all dead? Agenda 1B, Awakened Monstrosities. The walls of the city call to you in surreptitious whispers, ethereal songs indecipherable to human ears and yet somehow familiar all the same. You try your best to shut them out, to make believe it is just your imagination, but not all of your companions are as successful. RIP. Read scenario interlude, gaze into madness in the campaign log. Surreptitious. Find each surviving expedition member who do not have a checkmark drawn next to their name. None of them have a checkmark. Choose one of them at random. All right, Crosshair. Here's the 6. Plus, I gotta give him old Willie D. Fucking awful. I think you said Claypool, and then you changed your mind and went with Avery. Or sorry, and then you went with Dyer, right? I think it was Crosshair. Oh god, we're selecting one at random because someone's going to be called into the abyss or whatever. I don't know. Oh, okay. Cookie, Avery, and Ashvac. Got it. Here we go. Coming off the top. That's a pretty good spread, people. Ooh, no, okay. Came off the top. You don't notice the effect. Thanks, reading. You're correct, though. That is what I said, and I loved it. You don't notice the effect the whispers have on your party until it's too late. Your companion, Danforth, is not just studying the wall. They're leaning against it, placing their ear upon it, their eyes glazed over with rapturous stupor. When they reach the door, they either do not notice or choose to pointedly ignore the dribble of hideous miasma that seeps between its cracks, the thick gray mist that threatens to engulf them whole. You shout a warning just as the door opens and know enough to look away at just the moment the miasma reaches out. What it is that your teammate sees you will never truly know. You catch only a glimpse of the unspeakable, bottomless misery that dwells on the other side. If the victim is Danforth, the student opens his eyes wide, letting in every inch of the nightmarish sight, every insidious whisper, every shred of madness. The ice pick in his hand drops to the floor. "It's beautiful," he proclaims at last. "The black pit, the carven rim, the moon ladder, the original, the eternal, the undying." A terrible smile spreads across his lips. The investigator who controls Danforth discovers one clue from the nearest location with one or more clues. If no investigator controls Danforth, the lead investigator discovers it instead. Now this is going to get interesting. This is the nearest location. I'm discovering the last clue, so I can immediately discover one from a connecting location. And then that would trigger, but there's nothing connecting to it, so that's still pretty good, I think. Thanks, Danforth. Danforth's, seizure and madness is leading to this more full understanding. Your companion stands petrified in the doorway, whether by sheer terror or compelled by some unknown force you cannot tell. You and the others work your way toward the door, averting your gaze to ensure you do not suffer the same fate. You slide the stone door shut with a heavy crash, trapping the remainder of the churning miasma within. The moment the horror within is obscured, Danforth's eyes roll back in his head, and he collapses to the floor. Their heart continues to beat, but their eyes never open again. Cross off that person's name. Shit. Danforth? What the hell, man? It's been a really unfortunate assortment of people, I would say. Great question, Flower. So in the intro to the whole campaign, Danforth was the student of Professor William Dyer, and the two of them were on the original expedition to the Mountains of Madness, as chronicled in H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness. William Dyer and Danforth are meta-knowledge here. They're actually characters from H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, which is interesting because then this scenario or this campaign gives you a chance to be like, come on, you want to go back, come on. Now, obviously, Danforth has suffered and paid the price. Let's go find our good friend, Professor Willie D. Yeah, I agree. It's not every time that happens, but it feels nice when it does. All right, I now have a ton of money, which is great. Agenda 2A, Doom from Below. Below the darkened ice, more of the city lies, trapped, encased, and frozen in time. This is but the tip of the iceberg. It's got the same free triggers. Well, this is the question, Cthulhu. His heart continues to beat, but his eyes never open. I take that to mean that somebody not Jack, probably Dr. Sinha, sorry, takes him with them. Which is like, look, if you've seen any zombie movie or if you've seen The Thing, you don't take the dead person with you. Oh, goodbye, Ellie Spot. I'll watch out for their terrible, horrible teeth. I don't like it. 10 Doom, which feels generous, but it probably isn't. And we're going to draw an encounter card. So, Jack does not lead, but he assists the team with sealing the miasma back into the room in the ruinous streets. Yes, Cthulhu, it is. 10 Doom. So I've spent 6 already, but I've got more than halfway down the map, and I could totally yeet an archive token here. So I could just kind of teleport back and forth, which feels pretty good, I think. Pick up a key, teleport. Yeah, this is going to be good. Okay. However, we still have to draw our encounter card here. And we have to figure out what we're doing from there. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, sorry. Yes, I can move. I'm allowed to move because I can move by scenario card effects. Ah, but this is not a scenario card effect. Shit. So I'm going to have to search with buried secrets. Damn. I might have to take some more horror. Hey, Willie D. How do you feel about, Yeah, oh yeah, sure I can. Crosshair can be investigated. Why not? There's no clues on it, but that doesn't mean it can. That's the key thing here, right? It taxes you, even if there's nothing to find. Jack is still obsessed with trying to find something. It's 4 Shroud, too. That's not very nice. Okay, Mythos phase. As Jack helps seal the miasma back into as Jack helps seal the miasma back into the room off the stone streets, they take Danforth's body, and that creeping sense of dread obviously is starting to make a lot more sense here. It's a good point, Flower. It's a good point. Ooh, miasmatic torment. Well, this makes sense. Ah, scheisse. If you control a partner asset, exhaust them and attach miasmatic torment to them. Otherwise, it gains surge. Well, I do, so I will exhaust Professor Willie D. Attached asset cannot ready. At the end of your turn, it takes a damage or a horror. Ooh, test will or intellect 3. If you succeed, discard miasmatic torment. Yeah, always and forever, J Seeker. So this is tough because Dyer has 1 health and 1 sanity left. Clearly what's happened here is as Danforth kind of passes out and passes into the great beyond, the miasma, or the vision of it, begins to torment Professor Dyer as well. He didn't see what Danforth saw, but some of the words that Danforth used, obviously, sure. Honestly, J Seeker, as long as it's not too filthy, I say drop him in chat. Crosshair loves to learn. I love to learn. Everybody loves to learn. Okay, we need a plan. The plan is Pathfinder, Buried Secrets, and Dyer. Well, that's the thing, Flower. I would say... No, that's not a word. Zupfluglocha. Zupfluglocha. Lochka. Oh, is it... I was whispering it, Cthulhu. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you heard. Okay, let's see here. I definitely want to put an archive thing here. That's what I want to do. I mean, what else do you need? It's Barbarian. Okay. Here's the thing. I agree with you, Flower. I think perhaps we will let Professor Dyer die. I'm going to take one of your secrets as a resource. Thank you very much. We're going to siphon some of your energy with the twine. It's so shitty. What a shitty thing to do. Even though the story demands that he dies, perhaps, just maybe, Jack can save him. We're going to try to test intellect to discard miasmatic torment. That's what we're going to try to do, which means, I think, throwing a bunch of icons into this. Let's test intellect 3. I have 4 intellect. 5. Oh, I would love to play embezzled treasure. 5, 6. I'd love to be successful by 2 or more. So now I'm going to also throw in slip away. 7. Oh, I could have forewarned this. I don't want to, though. Yeah, grab this twine. It's going to save you. He thinks it's going to kill him. Zipfelklatschel. Love that. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7 intellect. Here we go. 7 to 3. Baby. That's a -1. You love to see it. Oh, I should have picked up the tablet here, which I will do right away. Oh, which I'll do now, sorry. So I get an action back with quick thinking. Thinking quickly, Jack is going to rush over and physically pull Dyer away from Danforth and start, I mean, he's going to basically do this in the only way he knows how. He's going to start smacking a bit of sense into him and trying to focus him back on the here and now. The miasma, whatever is contained within it, is clearly evil. But, well, so I'll finish my thought here. Whatever's in the miasma is clearly evil, but it can also be worked against. It isn't real. It's a hallucination. If you focus on the here and now, we can... they can figure it out. You're right, Methodiel. Your thoughts have all the depths of a Nancy Drew novel. Burn. Methodiel, hi, welcome to Doomed. Jay, I can't keep Crosshair away from the Chaos button. That's why Crosshair's on Doomed sometimes when we do Duo Doomed, aka Twoomed, aka Double Doomed. It is a creative insult. I like it. Okay, we got our action back because of quick thinking. Nailed it. Well done, everybody. Dyer, you live to fight another day, you slick bastard. Okay, we're going to... What do I need to do? I'd love to get to the planetarium and spend the keys, which would mean moving and spending. It would also mean moving. Move, spend. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, eh? We're going to play Pathfinder out. Pathfinder is, of course, Jack's ability to find... I mean, that is him on the art, actually. It's his ability to find his way through the city. Now he's kind of like... You know, he's found his way down this far, and now he realizes they've got enough information, like both from Danforth's vision and from Dyer and from what they've found in the labyrinths, to get back using the archive of conduits, and they can find the paths back through the city. Let's investigate using buried secrets. I would like to succeed, but I'm not sure I will, so I'll just test. 4 to 3. No, that's a... What is that? -5? That's a big fail. If you fail, you may take 2 horror to shuffle it back into your deck. Well, I don't like that, but I will do it. And I'm hoping that that won't come back to find me here. Yeah, I know, eh, Jay? It's very funny. Sorry, Pathfinder says, searchers after horror haunt strange, far places. Zukatus. Go ahead, Crosshair, hit me up. Zuckatu what? Son of a bitch! You suck at those nuts. Damn it! Everyone's gonna get me! Okay. Pathfinder says, it's an asset, it's a talent. It says, during your turn, if you're not engaged with enemies, exhaust Pathfinder, move to a connecting location. So that's it's a free move, which is good. Great for our good friend Jack, who's going to take the other key and then spend an action and move to a location with a ley line. Whoa, we're going to go all the way over here to the ancient planetarium. And I'll be able to get the hell out of here next turn. Okay, I don't have any actions left, so I can't spend them. Too bad. I will draw a card and gain a resource from... Yeah, huge, eh, Cthulhu? Woo! I will use my ability, and then in upkeep, we'll draw a card and gain a resource. The small radio. You may trigger abilities on assets from the expedition team encounter set that are not in play, but whose names have not been crossed off. Let's see what's in the small radio. I can't remember who I still have. Cookie, Mala heals damage. Okay, let's see. Alaya evades at a 5. Who cares? Rude. Cookie fights at a 5. Not bad. Avery rolled turns off treacheries. Avery cancels frost tokens, and Mala heals damage. Well, none of those have been particularly useful for now. Evade at 5 and a move is pretty good. I do agree. The thing is, I evaded a 5 and I move with Pathfinder. So, I mean, it's not like... I guess you could double it up with Pathfinder. The point is, the radio is probably coming out. Feels good. Okay, Mythos phase. We go to 1 out of 10 Doom. Jack has... I should probably say what's happened here. Jack has left the streets behind, managed to save Professor Dyer, for now, from the miasma, and has used the ley lines, the power of the ley lines, to travel through Acheron, the underworld, back to the planetarium where they started. Because he wants to photograph the astronomical charts. Ah, Cthulhu, very nice. Speaking of, walk, 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 walk. Find the giant albino penguin furthest from you. Move it to your location or place a doom on its location. Place a doom on it. So if you were playing like a killer or whatever, you could go kill the penguins. I'm going to move it to me. It loses me an action, but it doesn't lose me a whole round. A doom loses you a whole round unless you're planning on killing it. The penguins managed to find Jack, even here, back at the planetarium. They're clearly guarding some sort of secret. Perhaps there is something that they don't want people to know. Ooh. First action, we're going to spend our 2 zeros. Boop. Let's see what it says. Add one of them to the chaos bag as a chaos token. Record in the campaign log, the team photographed the astronomical charts. The team, I'm just writing it down, photographed the astronomical charts. The waddling horror. Well, this is the thing. Penguins are so cute, but like they're really trying to make this like a thing. I'm gonna add the 0 from here. So now it's in the chaos bag, and I will spend those keys and delete them. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't delete them. I should save the fact that I spent them, because who knows. Okay, so that was 1. And I guess 2, 3, we're going to teleport back. I need to spend an action to leave here with the archive. Oh, and then I still have Pathfinder. Oh my god, even better. 2 actions to get away from the waddling horror and go back to this other location with a ley line. Jack... A penguin puka! Ooh, I love it. Crosshair, penguin puka, thoughts, feelings? Get the hell out of there. Happy feet it all the way out of there. The penguins stare with... Correct, Cthulhu. Cultists and squids. No, not squids. Sorry, cultists and tablets. Cultists and tablets. So I picked up an elder thing for no reason, unfortunately, but that's okay. Crap. Wait. Oh, man. I should have put the fucking thing there. Oh, I could yeet another ley line onto this location, but I'll go... Crap, which way do I want to go? Do I have one of the tablets? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go get the other tablet. we're going to Pathfinder into this location, and I'll look at it in a moment. Jack, once again, kind of spends time with the team photographing the planetarium. He's like talking to them as if he knows everything about this city, even though I'm sure they do something, Cthulhu. The question is what, right? He's speaking to the team as an authority now. What he's seen here in the City of the Elder Things tells him that this species of creatures had a very important role to play. They had a very important tie to outer space. Otherwise, why on earth would they build a planetarium if they didn't have any sort of quote-unquote advanced technology? And as they take the portal back, the penguins kind of crowd them, and they have to shove the penguins away to make sure that they don't get pulled into the portal themselves. Ah, I wasn't wrong. Foreshroud, one clue. This is the Temple of the Elder Things. Forced, after you reveal one or more frost tokens during a skill test here, take a horror. Ugh, I do not like that. I'd love another ally to play. That would be really nice. Action, if there are no clues on Temple of the Elder Things, choose 2 locations with keys. Swap each key on those locations. Group limit once per game. Oh, Methodial, for sure. For sure. There's a version of... FFG has released a game that I think it's called Unfathomable, which is funny because I can never say that word well. I did it! I nailed it! Nailed it! I think it's called Unfathomable. Yes, it is essentially a version of the Battlestar Galactica board game. Now, I've played the Battlestar Galactica board game a few times. It takes 4 hours. It's also not particularly fun if the people that you are playing with aren't buying into the game itself. I agree with Cthulhu. I think the mechanics of it are awesome. It's a hidden trader game where you're all kind of committing cards and trying to like pass checks to get through to the planet, but there are people who are trying to stop you, right? Traders, Cylons. My understanding is that Unfathomable works quite the same way, but it's Arkham themed, so it's Eldritch Horror themed, and it is potentially even better mechanically. A Pengriff! Shit! Ooh, I like that. So is it the body of a lion but the head of a penguin, or the fins of a penguin? The Temple of the Elder Things says, right, if there are no clues on it, choose 2 locations with keys, swap the keys. Okay, well, what I really want to do is swap this cultist with this -2. And then I can just, whoop, go get all the cultists at the same time. That's what I want to do. And we will see. The temple allows you, of course, to manipulate the energies in the City of the Elder Things. The traders are the fish people that Silas encountered in Innsmouth. Those sons of bitches. Head of a penguin, body of a sea otter. Oh my god. Damn, reading. That's awesome. Okay. I think that does it. So I definitely moved more than one location. So I'll draw a card and gain a resource, and then in upkeep I will do the same. Takada's cash, baby! I really want to get to like an ally or whatever, so I think that'd be useful. Oh, penguin otters. Yeah. Very crosshair. I'm not loving it, if I'm being honest. It's spooking me out here. I'm just putting all the things together that I'm going to need. They go to 2 out of 10. Not E-Cash. It's T-Cash. We go to 2 out of 10 Doom as Jack surveys the street. The streets led him to what can only be described as a temple, a massive pyramid in the center of the City of the Elder Things, which is clearly, a place of great power. He stares up at it and realizes this might be the place where he discovers some of the information that they need. This should discern the origin of the Shoggoths if I get it, but let's do this first. Kindred Mist! When one or more cards from the Tekalili deck would be shuffled into your deck while you're here, Draw them instead, put them on the bottom of your deck, and then discard Kindred Mist. Doesn't bother me at all. Kindred Mist doesn't bother me in the goddamn slightest, because I ain't drawn Tekalili cards. What up? I don't have any. Thanks, Professor Dyer. Okay, we're back. We're here, and we are excited. We're going to E-cash. Nope, we're going to T-cash. Takada had some supplies on her, which I'm gaining 3 resources and drawing a card. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. Game is afoot, my friends. The game is afoot. Oh, the nerdy filmmaker. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, welcome to Doomed. It was wonderful to have you on the stream last night for Overwatch. I had a great time. I'll catch you up real quick because I know you're really interested. This is our archaeologist, Monterey Jack, like the cheese. Shucks. He's exploring the city of the Elder Things in Antarctica. They just lost another one of the people on the expedition, but he's close to uncovering some of the truth. How am I doing? I think I caught up pretty well. Okay. Takada had on her a number of supplies that they're going to be... Thanks, nerdy. They're going to... Takada had on her a number of supplies that, Jack is kind of consulting here, surveying tools, things he's going to use to take measurements of the temple so that they can find their way inside. There must be a hidden entrance here, right? I need to get the clue here so I can pick up the key. So, I have 4 intellect. It's a 4-shroud location. What I'm gonna do, because I love it, I'm gonna play a new ally that I bought with experience. This is Janae Beauregard, the Intrepid Explorer. All right. So, first of all, you get +1 intellect, +1 agility. Reaction: during your turn, after you move to a location, exhaust Janae, move a clue. Oh, it's true, Crosshair. Move a clue or a non-elite enemy from a connecting location to your location, or vice versa. Janae being forced for Genevieve. I mean, I think it's... I do like it, Jay, but I think it's probably Janae. I mean, this is clearly... yeah, she carries information for you, Roger. She's like, you go that way, I'll keep the monster over here. Or vice versa. She'll be like, holy shit, Jack, look what I found, I think this is the love of Jack's life. I think Janae Beauregard, someone who has not made a lot of noise so far on the expedition, because she's been sort of like working behind the scenes with Professor Dyer, comes up. I like to think there's a scene here in the Temple of the Elder Things where he's consulting Professor Dyer and he's like, what do you think? Like, how are we going to get in there? I bet there's going to be some sort of mural or something. And then someone comes up wearing the exact same hat and they bump into each other and she's like, oh, sorry. And he's like, oh, hello. And they kind of look at each other and their eyes lock for a moment. I love romance. I love romance in a time of horrific monsters, for sure. Pierre Gustave Touton Beauregard. Touton Beauregard. Okay, so we play Janae down. That gives me +1 intellect. Ah. Well, that's nice, Cthulhu. Thanks. I assume you were talking to me. Do I commit small radio? We heal with Professor Dyer. Whoop. Because I can always use Ariadne's Twine. Oh, jeez Louise. Oh, my God. Started the American Civil War. Oh. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, a genetic exchange. Oh, wink. Flower, I hope so. Jack sees himself reflected in the woman standing across from him. This is a woman who has also been all around the world. He's heard tales of her exploits, but he hasn't had a chance to really sit down and talk with her. And in that moment when their eyes meet, he realizes that perhaps this is someone with whom he can see a bit of a future, All right. So I've played Janae Beauregard. I healed with Dire because you're right. I need to use his energy before I die. Did I ready this? I should have readied this during upkeep. And then last action, I want this clue so I can get this tablet. Oh, and then I have to spend them. I have to spend them at the beginning of next turn. Or I could play yet another card and get the clue next turn. Just thinking about order of things here. You get the clue. Next turn, play the thing. Move. I'm going to do a bunch of moves and investigates. Okay, yes. Genet. I could also pull the clue off of here with Genet by moving. That feels kind of silly. Because then if there's no clues on it. But I kind of want the clue. Let's investigate. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm committing small radio to be 8-4. Glad I did. We get the last clue, and I will pick up the tablet at the beginning of next round because I have so many keys right now. What's one more, right? Jack smiles and then remembers where he is and what's going on and brings Genet into the circle. He informs Genet and Dire of what he hopes to find, and together the three of them work out the most ideal the most ideal entry point into the temple. Making their way inside, they are hopefully going to be able to discover not only the history of the other things in the Shoggoths, but also secrets as to their city. The call is coming from inside the temple. I didn't move this turn at all. Not good for Jack, but I will draw a card and gain a resource. Mythos takes me to 3 out of 10 doom. We gotta go. And we draw an encounter card. It's Crypt Chill. That is not good. Oh man, so forewarned cancels a treachery, or it cancels a revelation effect, which is really good. It means like the thing that you draw that's going to kill you or whatever, you don't have to do it. But it puts a clue on your location, which means I'd have to pick the clue back up. God, that's the whole fucking point. What would I get rid of? I wouldn't get rid of any of this. I guess I'd get rid of Kensler's Log, loot my deck, get it back. Seems insane. You get rid of Ariadne's Twine? No, that's insane. No, it's not really. It's a free triggered ability. Cthulhu, it's a free triggered ability. So during the test, I can pick up the clue. Jay Seeker, or Jay rather. I am drinking out of these delicious copper mugs. I am having some whiskey with some peach bubbly, which is what I had last night on stream too. It is not particularly good whiskey, but it is delicious with bubbly. So during, it is, it's in the kitchen. I think it's like JP Weiser's or something. I got a big bottle of it for the holidays. Mwah. Okay. During the test for Crypt Chill, I'm going to pick up the clue. Oh, no, not during. Yeah. Right. If I drop the clue, then I can't pick up the key. Oh, F it. I'm getting rid of Ariadne's Twine. No, Kensler's Log. I'm not going to need to get 2 clues. F it. I'm testing this 1-4. Yeah, sure, done. Kensler. No, it's got to be Ariadne's Twine. Bye, buddy. I'll get you back. I promise. The chill in the temple is shocking and surprising as I watch my cat do little tricks here. Turn. Good cat. High five. Good. High five other side. Yes. Max is very good. He's a very good cat. Now he gets his dinner. Right, where was I? This is like, oh my god, the VOD is going to be absolutely insane. People are going to be like, the hell is this guy even talking about? Now go steal some undergarments. Max. As Jack, Janae, and Dyer enter the temple, they are struck by how incredibly cold it is. It doesn't make sense. This building is essentially sealed from the outside. There's no reason it should be colder in here than it is outside, but perhaps there's an energy to this place. Something that is drawing in energy from the outside world and using it to power the temple, perhaps? We go to the investigation phase. First action, I'm spending 2 tablets, because that's something I'm allowed to do. I'm going to put them up here. Inside the temple, more murals adorn the walls, including what is quite clearly a sort of creation myth. Jack assumes it's a myth. He's an archaeologist. He's seen an awful lot of these all around the world. And it describes the origin of the Elder Things and the Shoggoths, perhaps their enemies from eons ago. So we discerned the origin of the Shoggoths. Doggos steal sticks. Love that. I have 2 -3s and I have an Elder Thing. Why did I pick up the fucking Elder Thing? I shouldn't have done that. Ridiculous. What else am I doing here? So that allows them to find that information. I'm also going to action swap 2 I'm going to choose 2 locations with keys and swap the keys on those locations once per game. Maybe. It's all coming together, Crosshair. Then, as a last action, I'm going to play out this Eon chart. Now, let's be clear. Oh, that's why I shouldn't have taken... That's why I should have not disposed of Ariadne's Twine. Oh well, I'll get it back at some point. The Eon chart, we've seen this before. This is a sort of divining map, essentially, that Jack had from another expedition many, many years ago. It was one of the clues that led him to the Antarctic, or to investigating the Antarctic in the first place, because it had some of those symbols on it, some of those sigils that are related to his father's death. He still can't connect the Elder Things, the Shoggoths, the miasma, to the death of his father, but because there don't seem to be any other people here. Who killed him? Someone stabbed him through the heart. But why? This is a free triggered action that says, exhaust it and spend a secret, choose and take 2 of the following basic actions in any order: move, evade, or investigate. So, watch this. I'm going to pathfind out of here to the ruinous streets, and then I'm going to Eon chart into this next space and investigate once I get here. It's another Temple of the Elder Things. Well, yeah, Crosshair. So I dumped Ariadne's Twine to the Crypt Chill. I should have jumped Kensler's Log. That was honestly very silly of me, but you know, you live and you learn. Am I right? Am I right, ladies? Ladies? I've moved, and now I'm investigating at 5 to 4. No, hang on. Janae. Exhaust Janae. Move a clue or an enemy from a connecting location to your location, or vice versa. Oh, you found these outside my room. Oh, excellent reading. So I could move the clue off this location with Janae, but then I wouldn't have used Eon chart for any reason. No, but I need to use Janae now if I'm going to use Janae. Very good. Let's see. Yeah, I don't actually want to investigate this location, so I will use Janae to throw the clue behind me here. So I got a free move out of Eon chart, but I'm not going to use the investigate action. Oh, hi, Max. You're all done, huh? How you doing, buddy? Wow, you ate really fast. You sure that was a good idea? Lagomorphs. Okay. I moved more than more than one location, so I will draw a card and gain a resource. It's the green soapstone. And then in upkeep, I will draw a card and gain a resource. It is once again buried treasure, which I would love to get rid of. I would love to get rid of this. Oh, God. Okay. Now I can swap even more keys. I don't know what else I, like, need right now, though, is the thing. Right? I've spent the zeros. You can do it! Thanks, Jay Seeker. Okay. As Jack ventures back east out of the temple, he finds himself... yeah, it's minus ones for the vault. But remove a doom from play is pretty good. So I could throw a -1 up where the elder thing is, or flip that one here. I don't know. I just don't know what these things do, you know? So I'll move to this city landscape and I'll get this cultist and see where we're at. As Jack ventures eastward, he finds himself again finding another spire that dominates the sky, somehow totally invisible from the streets. Another temple, another place of great power. He shivers as he realizes that they may have to go in once again, but it's also a shiver of anticipation. Buried secrets lie within, he is sure. We go to 4 out of 10 Doom, and we draw an encounter card. Finally, it is an enemy. Manifestation of Madness. This is an Eidolon Hunter enemy, 3/3/3. When it attacks you, shuffle the top 2 cards of the Tekalili deck into your deck without looking at them. For each card you cannot shuffle, it deals extra damage and horror. Okay. So it's engaged with meh, for sure. What am I was about to do something. Oh! Hi, John, what's going on? I believe that you mean it's a sabotage! That was just my impression. How did I do? Better call Cook... Oh. General Kenobi! General Kenobi! Just ridiculous. John, hi, welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. Our archaeologist, Monterey Jack, pun obviously intended, is investigating the city of the Elder Things in Antarctica. That's what I meant to do. This has been discarded because it's at the end of the round. We are currently trying to discern some of the history of the place, and it's going okay, but we're running low on time. Something might happen soon. Okay, we go back, investigation phase. Free trigger! We take the cultist key. Haha, sucker! You must construct additional pylons. Panels. You must construct additional panels. That is wonderful, John. I am very much looking forward to tomorrow as well. Very much. I'm like trying to stay away from reading everything I can about it because I want to be surprised. Well, that's it, Crosshair. Maybe when I start doing Dead Space as well, perhaps it will be even worse. Who knows? Okay. Yeah. Look, you do you, John, okay? You know, you got to do what you got to do. All right, here we go. Here's what we got to do. And then what we have to do is evade this manifestation of madness and then investigate. And I have to investigate with buried secrets. And then I will move. And I will get the hell out of here. That is what I will do. Yeah. So, we're going to evade. Yeah. I have 5 evasion. Oh, I also have this whip, which I forgot all about. Whatcha! I should probably use this. This is Jack's trusty bullwhip. It's fast, it's a melee weapon, and it says action fight. It uses agility. Okay, peace, nerdy. I hope I don't die too. I'll let you know how it goes. I think. You may use agility instead of combat. If it succeeds, you may exhaust trusty bullwhip to either automatically evade the enemy or deal +1 damage. So that's fast. So we're going to action fight using evasion. So 6 to 3. 6 to 3, please. Very good. I will exhaust it to evade the attacked enemy. And then I know, Jay. It like so some of the characters from the Arkham Files game, some of the characters from the Arkham Files universe were created for other board games and things like Mansions of Madness and Eldritch Horror and whatever. And then they were ported into games like the Arkham Horror LCG. And then a lot more characters were created for the Arkham Horror LCG, specifically in line with the lead developer's kind of design philosophy. MJ Newman wanted to see more representation in the Arkham Files universe, and therefore created a lot of characters who are like non-binary, like a character who's non-binary, and like characters who are like not cisgendered or like not straight or not white or whatever. It's cool. It's really cool because you assume 1920s Eastern Seaboard America is going to be, whatever, not very diverse. Monterey Jack is one of the OG Arkham Files characters, and he is so clearly just an Indiana Jones ripoff, but he exists. They gotta put him in the game, Okay. Method Madness for Indy. Crosshair. Bullwhip says, fight using agility instead of combat. If it succeeds, you may exhaust Bullwhip to either automatically evade the enemy or deal +1 damage. So I'm exhausting it to evade the enemy. Next turn, if I have to fight it again, I can fight it with Location J. Is Monterey a place? Multi-whip. Second action, I have to deal with Buried Secrets. I really want to succeed. It would be so nice to get rid of this, but I could also sneak attack and just kill it forever. Do we just sneak attack it? Therefore, Janae is short round. I love it. Maybe I think we just sneak attack it. Yeah, I have sneak attack. Sneak attack says deal 2 damage to an exhausted enemy at your location. Dead. Also, this is like a dude holding a garrote. Like, absolutely brutal. Just ridiculous. Oh, I do now, Crosshair. What was this thing? A manifestation of madness? This temple, however, is not like the previous. It is also cold, but the coldness originates from a point just inside the front doors, and as Jack cracks it open, the miasma within forms itself into a creature without form and without name. It forms himself into a creature without form. Yes, you heard me. And as it rushes out, Jack pulls out a whip and strikes at the air. It's miasma, but it disperses it long enough for him to send Janae rushing in with a bit of dynamite, and they blow it apart, destroying it. Now I have to get rid of this goddamn Buried Secrets, which I'm gonna do. I have 4 intellect. Yeah, let's just fucking 5 to 4. Oh, I succeeded for realsies! Yay! Bye, Buried Secrets. We hardly knew ye. And then I'm gonna pathfind. I'm gonna pathfind into City Landscape, and I'm gonna yeet the clue back behind me. Sorry, no, I'm gonna yeet the clue. Yeah, I am back behind me and take the cultist key. Great. All that to say, as they destroy the creature, this manifestation of madness, Dyer is trying desperately to process what they were seeing. What is this miasma? He's feverishly scribbling notes. He's become the sort of de facto head of the expedition, despite having never wanted to return to Antarctica in the first place. And as they rush onward, California to claim one of the bee. We're going to Oh, J Seeker, I wouldn't worry too much about it. The keys are more metaphorical, you know? I think seeing this manifestation of madness is going to lead them to... I was wondering, Methodiel. I think this is going to lead to Jack uncovering something, but it's going to have to wait for next turn. I moved once, so I'll draw a card. Upkeep, I'll draw a card and gain a resource. Hiking boots. Feels like a good play. We go to 5 out of 10 Doom. Eee! But we're almost done. We just need to spend these cultist keys. Oh. A benign elder thing. Spawns at any empty location. It enters play with 1 Doom on it. When benign elder thing is defeated, place a Doom on the agenda. Parlay test will 3. If you succeed, remove it from the game. I think that this is... Suddenly, Jack sees a creature fly overhead. 5 eyes, wings, strange tentacle... kind of tentacles emerging from the sides of the pentagonal body. It is, I believe, a herald of things to come. And of course, the humans on the expedition team believe that it is something truly horrible. But perhaps it isn't. Perhaps destroying it would in fact lead to worse outcomes. I'm going to put a Doom on it. I have to. I can't use Forewarned against an enemy, so I'm not going to be defeating it, and I just need to, no shit. I just need to go with this scenario, you know? We go back to the investigation phase, and I'm going to spend 2 cultist keys. Seeing the elder thing fly overhead, Jack understands suddenly the miasma and the elder things are related, and they discover the hidden power. I'm going to read Act 1B, and then I think I'm going to take... No, you know what? Before we read Act 1B, we're going to take a quick little break again. I think that's what we're going to do. I need to take another quick little break and let Max be free. We're going to be right back for the conclusion of this scenario, I think, on Doomed. Okay, now enough of this stufferoo. Let's get back to Doomed, baby. Let's get back to where we were. Welcome back. As always, let's have a little lookaroo at the board. So far, thank you so much, everybody. Jack started at this planetarium, found his way through a city, found his way through a labyrinth that almost drove him to the depths of distraction, but survived. Survived a collapsing rampart, found his way through the streets, lost Danforth to the miasma, but then managed to defeat a manifestation of that same miasma, and has now discovered... I spent the cultist keys to discover a hidden power. Let's see what that is. Eons long history. What you have found is almost too wild to believe. According to the murals and records within the city, a race of monstrous creatures known as Shoggoths were created to serve the masters of this city. The Shoggoths were... So Crosshair and I know all about this, because Jenny and Dexter know all about this, but... The Shoggoths were sent deep into the Undercity beneath the tallest mountain, where they would construct a gateway to seal some dormant primordial power. Something so terrifying, even the Shoggoths' masters feared it. But the Shoggoths rebelled against them and let the seal decay, leading to the collapse of this ancient civilization. Uh-oh. Suddenly, a distant noise stops you and the other explorers in their tracks, a deep, bellowing roar that seems to come from somewhere far below. You dare not ponder what kind of monstrosity could have made such a hideous sound. Shuffle the set-aside Shoggoths encounter set and the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. I'm not even gonna look. They're in there. Shuffled. You know the route into the Undercity. Reveal the hidden tunnel. I'm really close to the end of the hidden tunnel. The hidden tunnel says Null Shroud. 2 clues. It says clues on hidden tunnel cannot be discovered or moved to connecting locations, okay? Or to other locations. Action, test a skill of your choice for... You may spend a skull key to get +5 skill value. If you succeed, return a clue on hidden tunnel to the token pool. 2 clues if you spent a skull key. Okay, well, I don't have a skull key, so whatever. I just watched that today, Jay Seeger. We're in the midst of rewatching Airbender so that we can then watch Legend of Korra. I know you don't have to, but I wanted to watch Airbender again. This is part of the preparation for an Avatar Legends campaign that we are prepping for on RPG Clinic. Now, I keep it, you know, I say like, oh, prepping, because who knows, right? We had a whole campaign we were prepping to do on RPG Clinic that just didn't fly. It didn't work with us, I should say. So, you know, my hope is that we can make it work. Make it work. In player order, each investigator draws a card from the top of the encounter deck. Well, shit. And then we'll read the next act. Ah! Oh, it's a giant albino penguin. The penguins have returned. They must have taken the stone bridge, Jack thinks to himself. As they gather around, their heads turn in unison towards the roar that they hear, but Jack is more concerned with getting out of here and finding their way into the mountain through the records that they have gotten together. Ooh, cool, Jay. Cool. I like that. Act 2A, Pursuit of the Unknown. Somewhere in this sprawling web of icy streets and cyclopean structures lies an ancient... did you write the 2 entries into the log from spinning keys? I didn't, Flower, because... thank you for asking. It's a weird thing in Arkham, but I found it says, like, write in your campaign log, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it just says, remember. And if you remember, it means it only matters for this scenario, and then it won't matter again. That's the logic I've been working on here. Right. Somewhere in this sprawling web of icy streets and cyclopean... Really loud music. Sorry, team. I didn't realize it had gotten so loud. An ancient gateway leading to the Undercity beneath the Great Mountain. You'll have to find it if you wish to learn more. When a Shoggoth or elite enemy enters a location, defeat each Elder Thing at that location. So that would move a Doom onto the agenda from the benign Elder Thing. Action, spend 2 Elder Thing keys. Remove each Elder Thing token from the bag. Oh, that seems really good. And then it says, objective, if each undefeated investigator is at the hidden tunnel and it has no clues, advance. Well, shit, dude. Okay. The plan is... Elder Thing? Elder Thing. Skull. Spend the Elder Things. Skull. Use the skull to get the clues on the hidden tunnel. I have a few rounds, right? Did I advance? What the hell just happened? That was my first action. I spent the cultists to advance. Okay. As the act says, indeed. Yes, Crosshair, you're correct. If there are no clues on Temple of the Elder Things, I can swap this one with that one. I'll have to get... well, no, I'll just have to move the clue off of it. I'm just going to keep yeeting clues around. Yeah. So it says, yes, when a Shoggoth or elite enemy enters a location, defeat each Elder Thing at that location. So if a Shoggoth enters this benign Elder Thing's location, it will destroy it. Incredible. Okay. Yeah, so let's get the hell out of here. Jack realizes, perhaps not too late, but just in time, what is happening here. This immense source of power, this seal lies beneath the mountain. Something even more terrifying than the Elder Things themselves lies there, buried beneath the mountain, and it is something that he must uncover for himself. I'm going to Pathfinder my way in. I have to spend an action to get rid of the penguin. And then I'll use Janae to yeet the clue back. So good. Whee! Just throw it away. And now that I'm here, I'm going to swap these clues. Seal as in a drawing, or seal as in... very. So I like to think that, Janae is like making things easier, right? She, much like Jack, is sort of moving around. She's rushing about from place to place. She and Jack are on the same wavelength. They've figured out what they need to do. She's actually kind of trying to make sure that he doesn't get distracted and continues to do what needs to be done. No, it's a good question, Flower. It says group limit once per game, but there are 2 of them. I'm assuming that I can use each of them once. If there are no clues on Temple of the Elder Things, because there's 2 temples, right? That's what I'm rolling with, but if someone wants to correct me, please feel free. Because it doesn't say on any Temple of the Elder Things, it just says, like, I think it's referring to this personal location. So I'm going to swap them last action, and I did. And then, F yes, let's use Eon Chart at the same time. Let's go! Eon Chart! Meow. So Eon Chart will allow me to move and investigate here. Ooh, submerged passageway. Had the coming of the ice been foreseen and had a nameless population, and had the coming of ice been foreseen and had a nameless population left en masse to seek a less doomed abode? Hey, that's the title of this show. Action, move a clue from this location to an unrevealed location in this column or row. Well, it costs an action, so I may as well try to get the clue here. And then if not, I'll just action throw the clue back all the way over there, and then I can pick it up that way. So I am currently investigating. I have 5 intellect, and it's 5 shroud. I'll commit this pocket telescope, and I'll commit this embezzled treasure to be 7. Hey! Nailed it. Got the clue. Okay, and a free trigger, I'll pick up the key. I moved twice this round, so I'll draw a card and gain a resource, and then I do the same in upkeep. Jack is running. He's keeping ahead of the remainder of the expedition, who are trying to follow him. I did skip it this time, Cthulhu, but, maybe if I loop my deck, I can get it back. I don't think I'm going to have time. That would be nice for the next scenario, especially because I can't take another day, another dollar. So maybe I'll need more money. What could I do for money, I wonder? I could take, like, cryptic writing or something. Anyway, I did skip it this time. Jack is starting to put all the pieces together. Everything is starting to make sense. He rushes back into the temple where the strange manifestation was, down through the cellars and into a passageway beneath the temple that is submerged beneath the ice. He and the remaining crew everyone tries to sort of stop him, but he just kind of points onwards. He's like, the tunnel will take us further beneath the earth to where they're keeping their secrets. His eyes glow with a malice and a desire. Totally cool, Jay Seeker. It is a late one. Normally they don't usually go a lot faster, but I'd like them to. It's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining us on Doomed. Catch the end on the VOD if you'd like. I upkept, so I can go to Mythos. We go to 6, actually 7 out of 10 Doom. Ooh, let me draw an encounter card. Did I... the penguins don't move. Nebulous Miasma. Attached to your location. When you end your turn at the location, each card you control with Sanity takes a direct horror. But that's okay. As they start to exit the passage into the next location, into the next space, a hissing sound is heard, and Jack turns around thinking it might be snakes. Why does it always have to be snakes? but instead it is not snakes. It is a creeping fog that is forming the images of people he's known. Kensler, Danforth, Takada. People from his previous lives as well, or rather from his previous adventures. Let's get the hell out of here, huh? I'm just gonna move with Pathfinder. I don't want to be there. Oh, sorry, no, I have to spend the Elder Thing keys. The Act says I'm allowed to spend the Elder Thing keys to remove an Elder Thing from the bag. Yay! That was the worst one. Spend 2 Elder Thing keys, remove each Elder Thing token from the bag. Huzzah! Now we'll Pathfind it to the next location, and I'll probably just use Janae. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Janae. Whee! Yeet! Jack races through the underground passages, trying to stay ahead of the fog and the miasma that is starting to catch up to him. Free trigger, we're going to take the skull key. I don't know what these -3s do, but that's okay. I think so too, Crosshair, but thank you. I appreciate the check. We're going to move into the hidden tunnel, and we're going to action test. Let's have a look. The submerged passageway gives forth unto a tunnel, carved with, as you can see here, strange depictions of penguins, elder things, perhaps a few Shoggoth-like beasts. Creatures adorn every wall, and it leads into a massive door that goes down into the bowels of the earth. Test a skill of your choice. 4. You may spend a skull key to get +5 skill value. So I have 6. 11 agility. Pick up a Shoggoth. I'm not familiar with that one. Watch out for the auto-fail. Here it comes. Hey! Oh, okay. I don't get it reading, but I liked it. We'll get 2 clues because I used a skull key. Oh, penguin bars. Oh, I like that. If each undefeated investigator is at the hidden tunnel and it has no clues. To the Undercity. The path, now clear, leads into... Am I out of music again? For fuck's sake. There we go. The path, now clear, leads into a labyrinth of dark, treacherous tunnels. For good or ill, your rigorous journey is coming to an end. Taking a deep breath, you gather your courage and delve into the depths of the mountain. R1, and I'm hoping that this means that there's more stuff for you guys to vote on. A quiet, unearthly stillness welcomes you as your party delves into the secret passageway. Yeah, I know, right? You expected to be greeted by sound and fury, but the eerie silence is almost worse. Not a word is spoken as you slink deeper into the secret shaft, making note of the peculiar smoothness of the walls, the bizarre markings along the floor, the muted drip, drip, drip of water in the distance. For hours you continue into the deep dark, questioning your judgment with each step. What kind of people walk willingly into the jaws of such horror? You risked your reputation going on this expedition to begin with. Then you risked your life not turning back the moment things turned dire. Now you risk your very sanity, unearthing secrets no human was ever meant to find. Is this bravery? Or the final mistake of a herd of fools, too stubborn to see that their own deaths lie at the end of this road? It matters not. You've come too far to turn back now. One way or another, you will get the answers you seek. The only question is whether you'll live to tell the world what you found. Jack wants to survive, but he wants to know the truth even more. The team found the hidden tunnel. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the display. Each investigator also earns 1 additional experience for each pair of chaos tokens spent during this scenario. Well, that sounds like it's going to be a lot. I spent 4 pairs. The skull key is a single. Yeah, I spent 4 pairs, so that's 4. 5, 6 from 2 labyrinthine chambers. 7 from the hidden tunnel. 7 XP. Pretty good. I had 1 left over, so it takes me to 8 XP. In the expedition team section of the campaign log, record the amount of damage and horror on each partner asset. Ugh, sorry, Dyer, buddy. Maybe I can call you. Maybe you can rest and I can call you on the radio. Hello? Hello, Professor Dyer. Proceed to Interlude 3, The Final Night. You would hesitate to call the darkened pit you find yourself in safe by any means, but you feel as though this is as good a place as any to rest. It was hard enough to tell the time with the sun always lingering in the Antarctic sky. Now, deep underground with no sunlight to speak of, it is impossible. When one of your companions checks their pocket watch and informs the team that 14 hours have passed since you went underground, the response is one of utter disbelief. You do not remember traveling that long, but your body is weary enough to prove it. My body is also weary enough, not weary enough, rather, to greet Happy Pliskins! Hello, welcome to Doomed. Yes, indeed, we're just doing the final interlude after the scenario, which I think means we're going to be taking a poll as to who we should go visit. Woo! Yeah, I think we did pretty well. In gloomy silence, you and the others set up camp once more. Your numbers have dwindled to only yourself and the few experts who remain from those originally introduced to you by Dr. Kensler. The rest of the students and researchers are either back at the barrier camp where you first disembarked from the Theodosia or no longer with you. The cavern is easily large enough for what few of you remain, and the icy floor brittle enough to stake down your tents. Even so, it does not truly feel safe. You wonder if you will ever feel safe again. You only have enough time to check on a few team members. Choose and read 3 of the sections below. 4 if we were guided to the hidden tunnel, which we were not. If the game effect cannot be performed, it does not count. So, here we go. We have 9 people. I'm just going to check that there's no one else we can check on. Just looking for names I don't recognize. No. Okay, team. Give me a gosh darn second. How do I reset? There we go. Reset. Oh, I see. Oops. Remove all. Here we go. This is going to be a poll. You're allowed to vote up to 3 times because there's 3 people, that there are that we can visit. I'm gonna list all 9 options. Some of the options refer to people who are deceased. We've already visited them, so visiting them again might not do anything, but I'm listing them all the same because, it might be nice for people to say, oh, I bet you would do this, I bet you would do that. I'm just gonna list these though, and it'll take a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Roll the Explorer. Avery the Guide. Dr. Sinha. The Doctor. The effects of... Oh, sorry, I should... it's not Danforth the Unfortunate Student, it's... how do I edit? It's going to be... the effects of the Unfortunate Danforth. The effects of Dr. Dr. Amy Kinsler? Am I missing someone? No. And the effects of Takada Hiroko. So, I'm going to start this poll. You can ! vote and then space 0 through 8 to vote on your options. You get up to 3 votes. So enjoy voting thrice. Just seeing if I missed anything here. Honk, 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 honk. Flower, let me tell you about that whilst we look. Danforth the Brilliant Student was a partner who used 5 secrets. Action: after an investigator at your location resolves a Tekalili weakness, exhaust him and spend a secret to draw 2 cards. So he doesn't help you mitigate the effects of the miasma, but he helps you overcome it and brings you additional knowledge beyond. Yeah, y'all's vote with whatever makes the most sense here, right? I'm super into it. I think, Flower, I think you have to do them separately, although I will just check for you really quickly. Yeah, you do have to vote for them separately, so that counted you as a 0, Flower. Ooh, gosh darn, I'm excited. Thank you. So, Jack has successfully kind of quote-unquote guided the team. Danforth, unfortunately, may he rest in peace, was devoured, or his soul was devoured by the miasma. We almost lost Professor Dyer as well, but Jack's quick thinking saved the day. I lied. I kind of want to learn the story. Pliskins, do you mean the story of today's situation, or like something? If I can summarize anything for you, even if it's the whole campaign up till now, let me know and I can try. Don't forget to vote. You have up to 3 votes if you would like to use them, and if not, I will be looking momentarily. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's totally cool. Okay, let's do it. So, I'm closing the poll. Papa J-Dub, keep lurking. Nothing to see here. Wonderful to see you. Papa J-Dub and I were in a commercial a while ago. A certain Blinka-ching. It was wonderful, and I thank him every day for it. All right, folks. Ooh. So I will also take the second option, which is Dr. Sinha, the doctor. Got 2 votes, and then from amongst the people who got 1 vote, I will choose one. There you go, Crosshair. Discount Indiana Jones went to the Antarctic with a group of nerds to find riches and stuff about the Elder Things, and then everything went to hell. He went to find out what happened to his father. But he's a tomb robber at heart. He uncovers the secrets of ancient civilizations and then steals their shit to sell on the black market, because he's kind of a bad guy. I don't think he has a lot of ethics when it comes to, like, well, they're dead, right? Like, it's a long dead civilization. Who cares? He's definitely picked up a few curses along the way for that. Let's start with the effects of Danforth. If Danforth is crossed out, an investigator did not already earn his Memorial of the Lost card. You decide to seek wisdom in Danforth's belongings, hoping he kept a journal or some evidence from his prior expedition with Dyer. What you find instead is a treasure trove of fiction, both macabre and speculative, including a well-worn copy of, oh shit, the works of Edgar Allan Poe. Its pages are punctuated by many makeshift tabs, its margins inscribed with notes and jottings, some relevant, others whose true meaning eludes you. You're not sure why Danforth thought there was any reason to bring such a collection of tales, most especially one so beloved to him. You open it to one of the tabbed pages and read, "He could not be prevailed upon to touch it or go near it, shuddering when we attempted to force him and shrieking out, 'Tekalili!' In the margins, Danforth had scribbled, 'What could force one out of such paroxysm?' I've never actually learned how to pronounce that word. 'How can I leave this dreadful feeling behind?' Any one investigator may add the Collected Works of Poe story asset to their deck. It doesn't count towards deck size. Well. Oh, is this right? Collected Works? No, this is incorrect. It was in here. I'm gonna find it. Don't worry, everybody. Memorials of the Lost. I'm trying to keep it kind of hidden so we don't actually know what they say. Paroxysm. The Collected Works of Poe is a 1-cost asset that takes up a hand slot. It's got a willpower and a wild icon. I also have a collected work over there, which has got gilt edges and shit. It's really nice. I love Poe. What a writer. It uses 3 charges. It says, action spent in charge. Choose an investigator at your location to search the top 6 cards of their deck for each copy of Tekalili and place them on the bottom of the Tekalili deck. Shuffle that investigator's deck. That investigator draws a card. I'm going to take the collected works of Poe, but I don't think it's going to be that useful. Isn't that rude? I think Jack feels perhaps like, it would be it would be rude to like leave Danforth's effects behind. This is something that could potentially help him, Oh, that's a good point. Crosshair. Now it's in the deck now. Let's continue. The next vote was for Dr. Mala Sinha, who received 2 votes. Let's see from whom. Crosshair and reading. Dr. Mala Sinha is alive. For the first time since the expedition set out, Dr. Sinha seeks you out personally, inquiring after your wounds. You show her your injuries, and she nods along, holding back from her usual castigation. She tends to your wounds in silence until she finally speaks. I've lost so many patients I can no longer keep track. Most of the time there was nothing to be done. It's just the nature of things, I suppose. We are fragile creatures after all. Bend us just a little bit and we tend to break. She winds a bandage around your arm with practiced precisions, but you spot the subtle shaking in her hands. I went into this profession because I could not stand seeing people hurt. It was a pretty foolish decision looking back. After all, in this profession, all I do is see people hurt. You ask her if there's any satisfaction in seeing them healthy once her work is done. Of course, she replies after a long sigh. But this time, she averts her gaze, her voice practically a whisper. I do not think I will get that satisfaction. Do you? You can recover from your injuries, heal a physical trauma, or erase a damage from a partner asset. Now, none of the partner assets have damage on them. Our good friend Dyer has 4 horror, but I will heal a physical trauma. Thanks to you, Dr. Mala. Yeah, exactly, Flower. I think part of playing this solo is like, maybe I'll never draw an enemy. Maybe I'll never draw a Tekalili weakness, right? Like, it's, Sorry to say, Professor Dyer or Danforth. Now, the other people who received 1 vote. The effects of Takata Hiroko, I'm pretty sure, is that we already earned the memorial, so we are not going to do that. Cookie, Alaya, and Dyer. Well, we spent time with Dyer, but if he just removes Tekalili weaknesses, I'm going to be pissed. So I'm not going to do that. Is it Cookie or is it Alaya? Are we going to go see a doggo or are we going to see a gun? We're going to go see a doggo, man. I'm doing it. I'm going to see Alaya. It isn't difficult to find Alaya. Anyu's insistent barking makes his location all too obvious. Stop it, girl, he orders, struggling to keep her calm. The dog stands at the edge of camp, barking at the darkness beyond as though there's something lurking at the edge of your sight. Perhaps there is, perhaps only something she can see. Seriously, Anyu, stop, you're making too much noise. When he sees you approach, he motions for you to help pull her away. Can you grab her collar? We need to get her back to the tents. You finally manage to wrench the dog away and lead her back to camp. She whines the entire way, her snout twinging. She's got the scent of something, Elias says once she's calm. Never seen her act this way before. Whatever is up ahead, it cannot possibly be good or normal. He runs his hand through his hair and shrugs. But what else is new in this damned place? Bonding with Alaya and Anyu makes things just a little bit better. I can heal a mental trauma or erase a horror from a partner asset. No, I'm going to take my own trauma. Sorry, Alaya. You try in vain to sleep, but the night seems to go on forever. Your thoughts meander endlessly in a maze of worry and doubt. Final night 4. Just as you're finally beginning to drift off, a vague threat in the corner of your mind startles you into action. You reach instinctively for a weapon to defend yourself, but when you peer about, nothing is out of place. In fact, you rise to your feet, shocked, and examine your surroundings. Your makeshift camp was protected from the harsh elements, but still deep in the Antarctic wilderness. And yet you find yourself... Hang on, am I in the right place, by the way? Sorry, I need to make sure I didn't jump... No, okay, this is the correct interlude. Because we're like in a tunnel, right? And yet you find yourself indoors in a hall that you cannot place, though it seems familiar to you. You brush aside some of the snow that still lingers on the ground around your sleeping bag, noting a tiled floor that wasn't there before. A dream? As you doubt the truth of this mysterious place, the walls and the tiled floor shimmer and fade. You're left back in the freezing cold of your camp, surrounded by your companions, except the door leading out of the hall still remains. Thick gray mist swirls around you, guiding you onward. This is no natural refraction of light. Something supernatural is at work here. The thick miasma that churns around your camp is not unlike the substance that makes up the nightmarish creatures you encountered after your plane crashed. Do you really want to know what it wants you to see? We have to decide. Open the door and venture into the mirage, or ignore the door and allow it to vanish. Not even a second thought. Jack's grabbing that door handle and venturing through. If there is truth to be found, he is going to find it. Proceed to scenario ? Which was back in the campaign log somewhere. Fatal Mirage. So we're not going to do the setup and so on. Oh my god, there's going to be a whole thing here. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so that means we're going to head to scenario ? Fatal Mirage. But that brings us to the end of Doomed for today. Jack managed to use the power of the ley lines, the power of his own mind to save Professor Dyer, if he couldn't at least save Danforth, find the history of this place, and find the entrance to the tunnel. But now, the miasma is calling. The fog is calling. What will be found? As Crosshair is posting in the chat, we have all sorts of streams throughout the week and weekend. Tomorrow is a doubleheader. It's Punchy Book Club at noon, I believe, Eastern, yeah. And at 5 o'clock, we are learning and then playing Alice is Missing. I've been wanting to play this forever and ever and ever. And we're doing it text-based, so like online on a Discord server, essentially. You can watch us do that. Tune into RPG Clinic tomorrow at 5 if you can, and if not, catch the VOD. Speaking of VODs, I'm going to put this one up on the internet pretty soon. Thanks, everybody, so much for joining me. It was a great time. Thanks, Crosshair. I aim to be wild. And we're going to see you all again next week on Doomed. See you later.